in your soda. You're just going to be crying.
Your brownies.
In your brownies.
Yeah, it's...
Justin had just a couple of brownies today.
I ate cookies and brownies.
Just a couple of brownies.
And I had candy.
Yeah, you always have candy.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like this, $21.67 gets it home. It is the ideal gift for Dad on Dad's Day.
Look at that.
It's handsome, it's retro, it has a vintage and yet contemporary feel.
Yeah.
It's very unique. It is, I keep saying it, I know, a work of art on your wrist. And oh, you know what I would do? If you want to spend just a little over $100 and your groomsmen are maybe traveling a long distance to be in your wedding, I would do this for the groomsmen because they don't even have to have it sized.
That's right.
They strap it right on, right? $21.67. Boy, did that hour go fast.
That was
Holy
fast.
cow. All right, guys, we have an amazing 4 hours of timepieces to go. We are technically entering our power play show. You know what that means, right? Collectors, beware. We are going to tease and tantalize you with some of the most collectible timepieces of the entire event. Invicta Power Play is here for you every single Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we are going to have a 3-hour show for you tonight, including all massive markdowns, all price drops. So if you want a beautiful, classic Bolt Zeus, the mother of pearl on this, and the contrast between the base of the dial and the sub-dials, that's the lower. We just took that down from 500 to 169.
And it's one of the most rare variations because it's actually the Empire design too, so the side's carved out with that Invicta Cross and Wing logo. Okay,
this supercharged deal is super silly because on the minute and hour hands, those are super diamonds. Miss Lynn Shocker and Justin took this down to the lowest price ever yesterday. Well over half the quantities are gone. In fact, if you want that rose tone, 20 remain in the rose tone. 15 diamonds only on the very sleek, narrow hands. About 75 in the silver tone, which I love because I love the contrast of the rose gold, and 150 each in the black and in the gold tone. Okay, do we love this at this price?
This is a ton of watch.
Okay, brand new markdown, ridiculous. Can we rename the price ridiculous?
Yes.
Because this is not an event price. This is a ridiculous event price because that's a $400 touring edition execution of a Speedway, of a Viper, in a Gen 3, on a bracelet. It's like a hybrid.
It's got like a bring back of a reserve bracelet on it, which is absolutely gorgeous. That is by far the lowest price you've ever seen on a style like that. Modifications to the sub-dials on that. And are you kidding me with this one?
All right, so we have a few pieces we need to show you live because it is probably most likely, in fact, most certainly, the only live look you will get for it. I have 2 massive markdowns on comic pieces. On your mark, get set dial. Be the first person to check out of your shopping cart because I have 135 left.
Look at this.
It is the Marvel Venom, the character Venom.
That was perfect. You guys missed that though, but yeah.
Right? Oh, Joel does it. My producer does it much better than me, but I can't mic him up because he's back home.
Oh, is he doing it?
It's the Diablo. Guys, this is the Tonneau Diablo in the...
Yeah. Can we change it to that sound?
Wait a second. Once only price, lowest price ever.
Yeah.
We can only honor the price tonight, and when we say goodnight, regardless of whether or not it's sold out, don't worry, it will be.
Quick.
The price will be higher forever.
So mechanical automatic build for $79. Behind, you're going to notice behind Venom is that design too. Do you see that right there? Of course, you have the Spider-Man kind of symbolism done on the custom second hand on this piece, but nothing is drawn on or painted on this piece. Look at the depth and dimension of that one, guys. One of the coolest Venom pieces we have ever done.
The whole crew is doing it here right now.
And it's a numbered limited edition of only 3,000 pieces.
Right.
And it comes in custom packaging.
But this is it. I mean, we can never bring this back again at this price. You guys know that, right? I think we've only done 4, maybe 5 Venom pieces ever.
Possibly.
This is the first time I'm seeing it in the Tonneau Diablo. It is so fantastic. And $13 to get one of the most rare characters in the Marvel collection. We've only seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
Should we do it again?
Oh.
Not the... but another timepiece.
Well, you
Should
can
we
do some
it?
other sound effects.
We could do some other sound effects, but there's no time because I'd have 3 characters to
Are those
cover.
bunny
But
ears,
Rick would love to come out here and do sound effects for you. He's the lighting guy, but now he's the sound effects guy. I don't know what's going on. So this item is a Venom.
Yep.
Like a full-on bracelet version of a Venom, rated to 1,000 meters water resistant. Stop right there, $199 is silly. We have a brand new all-time low, last quantity, final call, 81% off. On Black Panther, I have 20.
That's
20,
Black Panther
20.
right
Check
there.
out of your shopping carts.
Okay.
In Iron Man, which is, I mean, if there's an it character right now after the last movie,
That's right.
it's Tony, right?
Oh.
It's this one.
Everybody's
this is going to be
loving
gone.
Iron Man.
This is going to be gone. Tony Stark, going to be sold out. We have 40 on your market set dial. Check out.
I'm sensing a theme.
He doesn't have a sound effect, by the way.
Is there a theme?
And then Spider-Man.
Yeah, he does, like
Spider-Man,
Jarvis.
17.
All right.
Is there a movie that was more highly decorated and more award-winning in 2018? Nope.
I mean,
this was the number one.
Spider-Man's one of the most popular characters in history. This is probably one of the most complex, too, when you look at the way the dial's been built, the plating techniques on this, the bracelet, the case, red plating, blue plating, all together into one super style.
It is last call forever. These are numbered limited editions. This is all we have.
Gen 3.
So if you want that Venom Diablo, if you want, not Venom Diablo, yeah, the character Venom Diablo, if you want the watch Venom in the Spider-Man, Black Panther, or Iron Man, it's last call forever.
Yep.
Both being offered at brand new discounts. This is like discount hour.
It is.
And you ain't seen nothing
Discount
yet.
night.
Just you wait. By the way, Ale Lalo, waiting in the wings with the Techno Marine, with the Tria, with a Grand Sub 3 at a price that...
It's a lot of things coming up.
A lot of things coming up, but none better than... You know what? Normally I would say wait for it, but don't. Just call. If you want
Oh, no.
a Salida SW500
What
movement
price?
at the lowest price we have ever offered any watch with the Salida SW500 movement, today is your day. We have never, from Invicta, in the history of our 20-year relationship, offered any timepiece featuring a Salida SW500 movement at a price this low. And then, it's a DC Comic Batman. It's a Pro Diver limited edition. It is a timepiece, not only with a Swiss automatic, but that is a true, honest-to-goodness collectible in, I think, what might be our #1 top-selling character, right? Batman?
Listen, and here's your choice. There is no choice. You get both. This is a steal of a deal. Under $120 or a little bit over $120, and you're grabbing both of these 4 Swiss-made Salida SW500
Well, you
movement
don't
on
get
the
both
inside.
watches. You have to choose.
You got to get them both. Grab them both.
You have to choose. For $379, you get either the silver tone,
Yeah, get 'em both.
or you get the black.
Get them both.
But for what? Under $140
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
on a value
It's not a
pay.
choice. The choice is you grab them both.
If you get both, guess what else you get?
Oh,
An
yeah.
opportunity to take advantage of 12-month financing on the Evine credit card, because the
That's how you
order
do
will
it.
then be over $499.
Look at that.
This is the Batman of a lifetime. And I think, Joel, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I
Okay.
think we only have about 200 of each. Is that
Oh,
right?
no.
Or do we have more of one than the other? 200 of each in a number limited edition Batman right before Father's Day. Are you kidding me?
Look at this. This is a sophisticated timepiece. It's a numbered limited edition. The first thing you're going to see right there out of 4,000 pieces for the world. On the inside, this is one of the biggest things happening. This is the Salida SW500. That is a 25 jewel. You can see one of the jewel bearings right there. 25 jewel Swiss-made masterpiece on the inside, operating at the premium 28,800 vibrations per hour. If you're a collector, this is a dream come true. right? If you do not have an automatic chronograph right now in your collection, this is by far the best way to get this in your collection, guys. This is the black execution, massive screwed down case back. You're going to see this is built on that Reserve Pro Diver platform, but Batman done throughout. So we're celebrating DC here. It's that huge partnership. So you have the bat symbol done on the crown. You're going to notice front and center here on the dial, also on the unidirectional rotating bezel on this piece, all the symbolism done on this build.
Not often do we have a chance to offer you something that's truly collectible, something in the DC comic world that's the #1 top seller. It is always Batman with a movement of this quality. In fact, I think in the entire character collection, I think we've had only 2 Star Wars pieces ever with Salida SW500s. We've had maybe 1 Marvel piece and 1 or 2 DC pieces ever. And when you purchase something that you really want to call your own, that is a fine collectible, you can't get much finer than a Salida SW500 movement.
I mean, this is what everybody's looking for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we may not even make all 4,000 pieces here. In fact, I think it'll be a stretch because it's sourcing all of these high-end movements. It's not a 3-hand.
Yeah.
It's not a 3-hand variation. If this was a 3-hand mechanical automatic, this would already be a steal.
Absolutely.
Swiss-made SW500 means you have all the additional modules. Look at that custom right there. That's that Reserve class, by the way. It has all the other modules that drive not just the time, day-date complication, chronograph on this build. Talk about a sophisticated timing device on the inside. This is what collectors look for, these types of movements. You have a flame fusion crystal protecting the dial, super luminova for all the lume on this timepiece. I'm not sure if we have a shot of that or not. Plus, you have actually Reserve Pro Diver water resistance here. 50 atmospheres, over 1,600 feet of water resistance. This is a serious build. If you're a collector and you want to get into a numbered limited edition, you're doing it with everything you've always wanted to watch right here.
Silvertone has taken the lead.
Silvertone.
Which means it will sell out first. Your investment to get this home is $63.33 on your major credit card. You get it home, you put it on, you have 6 months to wear it as you pay it off interest-free. If you add another item or 2 to this and you find at checkout that you're at $499 or more, you instantly qualify for being able to take advantage of 12-month financing. All you need is the Evine credit card, and if you don't have the Evine credit card, you can actually call us right now and apply for one. If you're approved over the phone lines, you can use it to take advantage of 12-month financing. And as long as you make the minimum monthly payment every month, over 12 months, and pay your order off in full by the end of that year term, your payments, just like Value Pay, will in fact be interest-free. And you will have the collectible of a lifetime. If you grew up like I did, with your brothers on the basement floor, shag carpeting, paneled walls, and you watched Adam West, right?
Putting holes in the wall.
Right, years and years and years, kapow, bam, boom, right? And you want to commemorate that time, that memory, that moment with your brother or with your dad or with your sister or whomever. I cannot think of a better way to do it, particularly if they're very, very into high-end timepieces. Because you can't get more high-end in the world of a Batman
I mean, if you
watch.
think about it, this is basically the Reserve Pro Diver in the engineering and the design with that huge partnership with DC, and I'll get into that in a minute. Also included on the inside is that premium Swiss-made engineered machine on the inside. I mean, this is what a lot of people want to get into. Look at that really cool beveled edge on that crystal playing with the light. I mean, this watch is built right. Keep in mind, you're not looking at anything that's drawn on or painted on. That's the bat symbol that's actually attached at that 6 o'clock position. You know, another thing I love about this is the packaging. This is one of my favorite cases that we do with our character collection or our comic collection here, where the front of the case has not only that really cool electric DC blue color that's been done, but a lot of the characters, a lot of your favorite characters are done right here. And we're working with the artist. Keep in mind, it's a very rare piece. We're working with the artist to maintain the integrity of the character. You're going to notice Batman right here. You're going to notice it's Invicta. It's a numbered limited edition. What's on the inside? Just think about Dad for Father's Day. It's right here. Then you have more of that imagery, and that's that watch on the inside, guys. Your choice, the black or the silver tone. The black is all done in the black ionic finish here, like the Man in Black himself, Batman. So the case, the bracelet, the bezel, done that way. But on the inside, once again, that has never happened in history. In our almost 20-year history on the network, this has never happened.
We're going to quickly go to the phone lines out to Ohio and say good evening to Richard. Richard, welcome to the pavilion. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm doing fine, Kendy, and good to see you and Justin tonight.
Thank you, Richard.
Are you doing some shopping?
Yes, I can't stop. My fingers are getting sore.
What did you pick up tonight, Richard?
This evening I picked up the hydroplated Zeus. Been looking at that for a while, and I was like, I better snag it before it's gone.
Well, they're certainly going to see it coming out there in Ohio, Richard.
All right, thanks. And let's honor our fallen heroes there. That's what this weekend's all about. And Justin, I promise I'll never call you Jason. You folks have
It's okay, Richard. It happens.
Well, Richard,
thank you, Richard.
We so appreciate your call. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And we are clicking down the quantities. Remember, when we get to these price drops, we can't bring these pieces back again. We're doing it for a very special event. It's our Dive Into Summer event. This event ends tomorrow night, so we're about 24 hours or so away from closing out this event and closing out all of these incredible deals, which includes the 6 value pays, which includes the opportunity, if you are indeed spending more than $4.99, to take advantage of financing. And we don't get to see that financing for every single one of our events. Numbered limited edition, so when they're gone, they are in fact gone forever. And as far as Batman's concerned, this is the only piece we have of the night. Now, back to the Venom in the Diablo. About 2 or 3 dozen left.
Is that it?
At the lowest price ever. Oh, yeah.
Guys.
We're not even going to get to presentation on it, right? The Venom in the, oh, there it is. If you want the lowest price in the history of the world on the Marvel to no Diablo, featuring the Venom on the dial, $79.99. We're racing toward 2 dozen left. Forever. That's it. It's a once-only price. The price is only good for the show, and then never again. The Venom watch featuring Tony Stark, Spider-Man, or Black Panther is almost gone as well.
Okay.
And that is also available at the lowest price ever. But if you want your Batman, we don't, and by the way, there is that Marvel piece for you. If you want Batman, is that the only DC comic piece of the night tonight? I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's actually the Generation 3. Generation 3 Venom.
And it is the lowest price you have ever seen at this network on any timepiece featuring that specialty Swiss Salida SW 500 movement.
You kidding me with that?
You're not going to see a lower price
Stealing
than that. $63.33 gets it home. Very good luck in dialing. Well, we're going to give you a couple of updates. We're going to scoot ahead and remind you that in 45 minutes, CEO of Invicta Watch Group is going to be here, A.L. Allo.
That's
he
right.
has some
Yep.
really big surprises, as in big values, big discounts, big watches. All of the above. So he's going to be joining us, and then Justin will be back for my 4th hour, and then Todd's going to be here for hour number 5 tonight. So we've got a lot more watches to share with you. All right, so I want to give you a couple teases. This show only, and I'm pretty sure only in the purple, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think we're down to the final few dozen, only in the purple pins. That's one on the left-hand side of the screen. In your reserve, Jason Taylor Chaos. It is a limited edition. It comes in the 3-stock dive case. And by the way, that price has never been seen before. That is the lowest price ever for the final few dozen. Well, it was, I think, 2 weeks ago. I'm kind of losing track of time. That we brought back, and we only do this once or twice a year, the #1 top-selling Venom of all time. It's the Venom Elegant. Rose gold bezel, beautiful brown leather strap, and a price that is, in fact, the lowest price it's ever been offered at. So
That's
I think
the most popular Venom.
I think we only have 100 left, and again, we only see that once or twice a year, and that's it. So Justin and I, when we go through our pre-production, we kind of go crazy. And when we see a piece that we're like over the moon about,
crazy in a good way,
we're kind of loud about it. And we were kind of loud about this one. So producer Joel said, you know what? It's all yours. I usually pick one watch for the night to say, guys, this is more watch for the money than any other watch you're going to get tonight.
It's a ton.
Now this is not a reserve watch, and yet somehow you've got almost like a reserve quality bracelet on this piece. You've got a touring edition. You've got a Viper, but there's also the integration of a bolt cable, which adds cost to all of the components. And the 2 color executions are off the charts fantastic. The problem is this, with 150 remaining of each, and with this new markdown that I think whoever marked it down didn't know what watch they were marking down, because we're saving you over $300. I'm going to call this my dad and grad pick of the night, because you will not get more watch for the money, and
oh, it's ridiculous.
It looks really successful and really expensive. So when the graduate puts this on and he's at the boardroom table interviewing with the potential CEO and EVP and all those guys, he's going to look instantly successful. Nobody's going to know that you got it home on his wrist for what, $14? $14.50?
$14.50 to get this timepiece
right?
home. I mean, that is big.
Yes.
Now, the first thing I want to show you too is this bracelet. Now, I've been here long enough at the network where back in the day it would have been $100 to upgrade from a strap to a bracelet like this, guys.
Old.
That alone, I know, right?
Old.
This at $86 is worth the price of admission already, and this is kind of the bring back of the DNA of a reserve speedway bracelet,
right?
From many, many years ago. Look at how thick that is, guys. Nothing is folded, nothing is hollow. Look at the engineering. That center link is done beautifully, completely mirror polished. That's done in the gold tone on that. Mirror polishing on the side of the link, going back to the brushing though on the front. And if you look close, what you're going to see is kind of a ghosted in eye for Invicta. Each link is done that way, guys. That is Invicta design, Invicta engineering on this piece. Even in the lug system, this piece right here is solid. This is attached to that design. That's machined out to look like the center links running down the bracelet of the piece, guys. The amount of finishing techniques on here for $14 and change should not be happening. Then we merge this with our Bolt series. So you're going to notice this massive cable. We've modified a bezel which allows us to thread it through each of these station markers, and you're going to notice too it is that massive 3 or 5 millimeter cable, completely done in the gold tone. But look at this, even behind here you can see the reflection of that cable work in this design. So far all we've spoke about is the bracelet and the cable work here. That alone is ridiculous. Right? You're already stealing this build. Then we get into a flame fusion crystal, highly engineered material that gives you not only a scratch resistant surface, but impact resistant too. It's beveled so it plays beautifully with the light. And then we get into a deep dish style dial. This is one of the biggest things we're known for. The depth and dimension on this dial is ridiculous. Huge globe luminous markers, almost set at a vertical fashion running all the way around the outer track. And then you have a newer variation of a touring edition dial, more of the 3 o'clock to the 9 o'clock variation with all those framing details on this. Yeah, no downside, guys. You want to upgrade your wrist game today for $14 and change on value pay, you're doing that. Let me put this on my wrist.
The silver tone, I think, is more of that daytime look.
Look at this.
The black really pops. The Touring Edition sub-dials really pop against the black, so it really depends on the look you're going for. But, guys, this is virtually all 5-star reviewed. Should not even be close to under $100, but this is kind of our markdown hour. Every single item in this hour is marked down significantly. So if you're looking for the deals of the show, I am going to call this the more watch for your, how would I call it? More watch for the money pick. Your dad's and grad's pick. On a bracelet, it's ridiculously priced. And $14.50 is your investment to get this home. So if you're new with us, think about that. You can have this on your wrist in about a week for $14.50 plus the shipping and tax. You get it home, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You get it home and size this and wear this, you're in. You're wearing this for 6 months as you pay it off interest-free, and you couldn't rent a watch of this quality for $14 a month. Flame Fusion Crystal, No problem for that kid who's graduating. Yeah, he's going to wear it to the office, but he's going to wear it out with his buddies, right? Not going to scratch the crystal. If he happens to end up in the river or the lake, the ocean, 100 meters water resistant, no problem there. Just if he
happens to end up,
if he's a college grad, he's going to end up somewhere.
Okay.
Silly, right? Where you might need the water resistance.
Sure. Yeah.
Just saying. It's really a beautiful piece.
Yep.
Like really beautiful.
Yeah.
So we have fewer than 100 of each. It is the price of a lifetime. I know it says event price, but I can't imagine that we would ever be able to offer you a lower price. And we are now about 40 minutes away from A.L. Allo, CEO of Invicta Watch Group, who doesn't get to make a lot of appearances. He's going to give Justin an hour off, and he's going to blow the roof off the joint with some great values. By the way, we kind of sort of warned you that this was going to happen, and it did. The Diablo Chino Venom is gone.
The what?
The Venom. It's gone. It's gone.
It is.
Forever. I can't even do the sound anymore. And our today's top value. Did you miss this last hour?
Gorgeous.
I'm being told that if you want the gold tone, which is actually two-tone, you need to check out your shopping carts because that is by far and away the most limited. 313 diamonds. So many diamonds, they're dripping down onto the lugs. It is a Bolt Zeus Reserve. 1 1/3 carats, either on a value pay of $165, or imagine if you could get this home for half that amount and have 12 months to pay this off on your Evine credit card. You can, but you only have a little bit of time to do it. Well, this is what we call a Justin Zimmer super add-in.
Oh, can we
And
fit
so
that?
you know
I don't
what
know
we
if we can
did?
fit that on the graphic.
It's supercharged.
Yeah.
So this is supersized Sabakwa 3. The Sabakwa collection runs neck and neck with the top series, the top collection, the Pro Diver collection at Invicta. And of all of the Sabakwa, what have we got? The Venom, the Specialty.
Oh, a ton of offshoots right now.
The Sabakwa Dragon, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6.
Sea
Out of
Dragon,
all
the
of them,
Nitros.
the #1 top worn,
Carbon.
collected is the Sabakwa number 3. So it was a number of months ago. What was it? 6 months ago? 8 months ago?
Yeah, where we started to kind of really take those iconic collections and build them a little bit larger.
Supersized.
This is what you
right?
guys have been waiting for. Your two choices here, gold tone black or gold tone blue. But here's what's happening. Sub-Aqua Series, anytime that you see Sub-Aqua Series, you're into something special.
Yes.
It's my favorite collection by far. Talk about getting into expert engineering, expert design, and architecture. This is the series, but very rare. Typically, the Nomas started in like the 47mm case sizes with the 1 and the 2. The 3 right here started at the 50, okay? And then going forward from that to the 6 is 50mm, right? But now for the first time, very rare, we've only done this in a couple color executions, 56mm. In fact, closer to 60mm when you include the locking crown guard system. And even the screw down function pushers and crown are engineered a little bit larger than the traditional to give it that better symmetry. But check this out. Already the lowest price in history for this silhouette, the sub $3,000 at $199.99 on the inside. Something amazing. This is actually the Swiss-made Ronda StarTech Caliber 5040F. That is a master calendar complication. This is art, from the case design to the bezel design, to the dial design and layout. You have a lot of information here that call complications. It doesn't mean it's complex, it just means there's a lot of information. You're also going to notice all of the sub-dials are done into a disc configuration. That's the blue execution. Here's the black. I'll point those out here real quick. So you're going to notice you're going to have these recessed pushers done throughout the build, so it's very easy to set. So no questions, or no questions. You can ask me questions if you want to, but no question, it's easy to operate. Check this out right here. Day of the week, right there. You're going to have your month right here. You have an additional hand running off that same cannon pinion. Check this out. Right here, pointing to the outer track, that is your date running around that outer portion. Then you have this beautiful piece of artwork around the center portion that's beveled all the way around. That becomes the suspension system. Check this out. Holding all of those discs in place. Triple disc configuration means we are highly modifying this movement to handle the weight and the torque. That's your 1/10 of a second chronograph right there. Now, when I hit the top function pusher, your chronograph second hand started moving as well. Very cool. Basically, when this makes one revolution all the way around, you're going to start registering minutes right here. This is a movement you guys have been waiting for in a design like this. Swiss-made variation on the inside. And keep in mind, too, subaquanoma, built to an extreme water resistance rating of 50 atmospheres. That is over 1,600 feet on this build.
If you would like yours, just know that a supercharged deal is, in effect, a warehouse clearance deal. So you're not going to see this again. You're not going to have an opportunity to get this $1,300 piece home again at $1,000 off. It's actually a little over $1,000 off. We're saving you $1,000. And we're getting it home to you for $33.33. You're wearing a $1,300 timepiece next week for $33.33. It's a big look. It's a fun look. It's an exciting look. It's an expensive look. And by the way, if you love Effie, I do want to let you know that there's also a today's top value Effie 14 karat gold ring in play. I wore that in sapphires throughout the course of the week. Nice. It's also available in emerald. I think there may be a ruby version as well. The entire Effie boutique lives on our website, by the way, and all of the Effie pieces also qualify for the 12-month financing on the Evine credit card if you spend more than $499 during this event. But if you're looking for a complication like this, I think it's the only one that I've seen all week long.
Is that an animal over there?
I can't tell if it's somebody pretending to be an animal.
Man, it's loud.
Or if it's really a bird in distress.
It almost sounds like somebody's like hitting something with a hammer or something.
It's a very loud bird.
It's a bird?
That's all I know. Seabirds are a lot louder than birds in Minnesota.
Now, there's something going down over there. I'm not going to guess what it is.
I don't know. No idea. Okay, 1 minute to sell out. This is Justin's supercharged
it's ridiculous.
Of the hour. Then the bird agrees or disagrees, one or the other.
I don't know if you guys can hear that at home. I mean, you have to. I
don't know.
Right?
It's a loud bird.
It's a what?
Parrot.
Is it a parrot? Wow, really? Those little parrots sound that big?
Wow.
Big parrot.
Oh, it's a big parrot.
It's a big parrot.
Okay. I'm
like
not going
8 feet tall.
Not going near that parrot. That's for sure.
7 feet tall, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's
no
big.
kidding.
Yeah.
So the only watch of its kind that we have had so far tonight, if you would like it, check out of your shopping carts. We are limited in both of them, and when they're gone at the supercharged price, we cannot offer this to you again. So that's important to know. It's like a warehouse clearance price at 85% off. No, don't wait for the price to go lower, because guess what? It won't. It'll be long gone before then. Well, we have a couple of items we want to remind you of. El Lalo is up at the top of the hour with an incredible tria. Beautiful, 10 different choices in a techno marine piece and a brand new cruise, which is kind of fun, and a lot of other surprises. We're going to do a very quick special on a Jason Taylor Chaos in the final quantities of the purple color choice.
Next generation purple.
4 dozen.
Yeah. What?
The final 4 dozen.
Okay.
And by the way, this will come in a Jason Taylor 3-slot dive case.
I mean, if you factor that in, this is ridiculous. So this is that bring back from the Imperious line, guys. Very much that gear inspired. Look at this massive unidirectional rotating bezel on this one. Not really coin edge or scalloped edge. It's that gear style design. The bracelet, though, that's what this is really known after. And you're going to get that really cool purple plating, which is next generation, done with those massive bars holding that all together. Now, it's a heavy piece, but it's extremely comfortable and flexible the way that we have engineered this bracelet, guys. If you want to get into a piece of history, it's this one right here. Then you get into the dial work where you can see through the dial, see the inner workings of the build. This is that Ronda Z60 on the inside, so day-date, complication, chronograph, everything that you guys love from over the years. Reserve level quality, numbered limited edition, and it's beautiful.
Remember, we're getting down to the final 24 hours of this event. So we're getting down to final quantities, and this is one that we have extremely limited quantities in. With about 4 dozen available, you must check out of your shopping carts and get this home. Purple, hugely, hugely popular in accent colors in timepieces from Invicta today, and becoming more popular. This is so pretty. It is the 40mm classic, automatic, diamond, and there are diamonds only on the minute and hour hand. in a timepiece that's going to come packaged in a 50-slot dive. I mean, a 3-slot dive case for $50. You skim $50 off the top. We're talking about a diamond timepiece, Justin, for a little over $50 today. Or actually, a little under $50,
exactly.
right?
Diamonds, mechanical, automatic. That is a lot.
Oh, we do have an update on the Marvel.
Oh, we lost
our Spider-Man is gone, so we only have Iron Man and a couple. 9 remain in the Black Panther. This is the lowest price ever, a brand new markdown on our limited edition Marvel Venom. So only Iron Man and Black Panther, only a couple.
Do you think the parrot was just waiting for dinner or something like that? And he gets angry if he doesn't get fed?
I don't want to think about that. I don't know.
Get fed right away?
So we have a great boutique on our homepage, evine.com. You click on the top banner, and you will jump into a boutique that will allow you on many, I mean like 7,600 of our regularly priced items across the categories, from watches to jewelry to skincare, you name it, 30% off. All you need is the coupon code SAVE30, SAVE30. And in fact, the jumpsuit that I'm wearing from Mode X is on that boutique. So you can, in fact, save 30% on my outfit today. I'll give you the item number. It is, oh, I did have it in front of me. Now I don't. That item number is lost, but it will be found. 740-947, 740-947, if you'd like to check it out. Well, we have another brand new markdown. Remember what I said about this hour? It's all about markdowns. We're nearing the end of the event. Some of these items are being moved out, cleared out of inventory, so we can bring a lot of new pieces into you. Never before have we offered this Bolt Zeus, and we're down to the final, I don't know how many we have, like 300, maybe not even that many. Final quantities at $270, $169.99.
This is extremely cool. I mean, this is Bolt Zeus, right? We were talking about this earlier. This is the most famous design we've ever done under that bolt design right here. But this one, I'm going to show you all the angles on this because this is a very rare piece. The first thing you're going to notice, look at this, 2 types of mother of pearl on the dial. Black mother of pearl, that's going to give you the most amount of that color shift or that orient, and then white mother of pearl for the subdials. Very expensive to build something like this, but we did it that way because you get ultimate contrast, which means it's very easy to read. On the inside, that's where the quality starts. Swiss made variation or Swiss parts variation of the Ronda Extratech Z60 on the inside of this one. But now check this out. You want to get into rarity? This is also part of that Empire. Oh, look at that mother of pearl. This is also part of that Empire design. Check this out. So what we've done is we've swapped out that cable work for the carving into the premium stainless steel. That is the Invicta logo right there with the cross and the wings that have been done. And you get into that stone polish kind of finishing technique on the side. Gives it that really cool distressed look. And you're going to see that even on the other side of the case behind the crown and function pusher system. Now, because it's a strap variation, we have even more of that cable work done in the lug system, which has that automatic sizing up or sizing down with this, so that articulation in the strap. This is the upgraded silicone, very comfortable. Even this Invicta, nothing is plain. Nothing is plain. Even the strap is custom, where you have that cable design motif actually embossed into that silicone band on this build. Here's the time. If you want to differentiate that collection from everybody else's, it's this one. Will the other guy or gal have a Bolt Zeus in there? Absolutely, hands down, because it's one of the most famous designs we have ever built. But will they have an Empire?
Right.
That's what's really cool. You want to stand out. You want to be unique. You can do that with this piece, and this is the lowest price we have ever seen, $169.99. It's also built to true professional dive specifications, so there's no question, absolutely zero question about quality on this one.
Super wearable.
Look at the style.
For the ladies who want to take advantage of a breathtakingly beautiful Bolt Zeus, and this is on a strap, I can absolutely wear this all day long. Also, for those of you that maybe have a bracelet version, and you love the look because you love getting compliments on it as you're out and about, but you want something more wearable to go to the kids' soccer games, to go to the beach, to go to the picnic, wherever you like to go, right? This makes it far more wearable on that silicone strap, particularly if you need something lighter in weight to get on the jet ski, right? To run around the backyard with the kids. This at $28.33. Think about what you spend. $28.33 on a month that you throw away. $28.33. So Justin's smiling right here. Bags of candy, right? Is that what you throw? $28
I don't know if I would call it throwaway. I mean, it's kind of,
Okay.
I mean, I have to survive.
Kendy.
I mean,
whatever it is,
You know.
right? $28.33 once a month for 6 months, and this is yours forever. And it's a masterpiece, which I absolutely love. Can I steal it from you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Real quick?
There you go.
I always love to steal
Polish it up
right
for
after
you.
he polished it.
Yeah.
But this is a piece. I'm going to show you the strap. So over the course of the last, I would say, 1.5 to 2 years, Invicta has created more notches on their straps. So this is a strap that will accommodate my 6-inch wrist. And in fact, I am on the last notch, right? And it will also accommodate up to about a 9-inch wrist. It's got the dual keepers, all right? So it keeps that strap nice and tucked in, so you don't have to worry about it flopping around, and I can wear it. Would I ever wear a full-size Bolt Zeus on a bracelet? Personally, I would not, but with this snug silicone strap, honestly, I could wear this all day long and have no problem whatsoever. This is actually one of my favorite Bolt Zeuses ever, not only because it's so wearable, but I love the two-tone combination. I love the Empire design because it's so unique, and the mother of pearl, that black and white contrast, is
Isn't
perfect.
that beautiful?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is how you do it right, guys. You want to get into a high quality piece, it's this. You know, we can get into the history of the Bolt Zeus. We're almost out of time here. This is one of the most popular designs ever built. Still to this day, one of the most complex designs we have ever done. But now doubling down on that, though, with that Empire design. I love that. When you get into the carving out of the premium stainless steel on the sidewalls of this piece, that's next level awesome on this one.
All right, if you would like it, $28.33 gets it home. You add it to, oh, I don't know, the Salida SW500 Batman piece,
yeah.
or you add it to something else like the diamond piece. You are at an amount over $499 that allows you to get into the 12-month club. Now, the 12-month club is only good for the next 24 hours. It gives you the ability to use the Evine credit card. If you don't have one yet, you can actually call and apply for one, to pay your items off monthly over 12 months versus with value pay over 6 months, if that makes sense. So good luck in dialing there. Well, a lot of you I know have been out on the lake all day. You've been boating, you've been picnicking, you've been spending time with your family. So you may have missed some of the big hits of the night, and this is one of them. It is the only Batman that I've ever been aware of from the DC collection, numbered limited edition collection ever, featuring a Salida SW500 movement. And in the history of our partnership with Invicta, we have never offered any watch featuring a Salida SW500 movement ever at a price this low. Silver tone or black, your choice, and that Swiss automatic. And so again, last hour we brought you the one and the only Ocean Voyage Grand Diver. Exclusively found here at Evine. It was actually built for our customers that went on our cruise with us back in February. Today, for the first time ever, a new markdown.
I think you can just do it.
Go ahead, guys. We're
Come on.
live. What the heck? All right, so here is our illustrious Marie in the background, along with Nick. They're going surfing. They got a long walk to the beach. I don't know where they're going, but this watch right here could go with them.
Yep.
No problem. It's a Grand Diver. So this is exclusive at Evine.
This is
We
it.
have the final quantities forever because it is a numbered limited edition. And for tonight and for the last quantities, lowest price ever, $89.99. You choose his at a 47 millimeter, hers at a 38 millimeter, but you gotta be quick on a $15 value pay, right?
Oh, man, talk about cool. I mean, this is
Right?
Grand Diver. This is Grand Diver and a really cool execution, really celebrating the Invicta Ocean Voyage here. You know, to get into a Grand Diver, upgraded to mechanical automatic here, that's already cool, but it's also a numbered limited edition. That's part of history. That's part of Invicta history right now. Completely mirror polished, except for the section on the bezel here, then the wave pattern on that gorgeous, the most beautiful blue dial ever done.
Right.
Ever done right here. And then you get into Tritnite. This is a material we haven't spoke about yet. On the hands and hour markers, we've developed that over many, many years using various illuminating pigments that allows your timepiece to glow in the dark. It is absolutely everything right here today.
All right, I'm going to pick up the gals, take you on a
Okay.
tour. It is the only his, hers choice that we have in the show today. The dial, to me, When you look
beautiful.
down at it, it's like you're on a vacation.
Yep.
It's like the blue of the Caribbean. And when you see the light cascade over that sunray dial, it's almost as if those waves are moving.
Listen, those waves got moves.
Can you tell I've been talking for a couple days in a row here? On a $15 value pay, you are getting the collector's go-to watch. So if you're new with us, the great thing about the Grand Diver is all the collectors have voted, it's their pick. It's their everyday wearable watch, and you can do almost anything in it. It is a true dive watch. You can dive in it if you want to, or you can just look good in it.
You
will look good.
You know, the one watch that I've been wearing primarily since we've been in Florida is this watch right here, the 47 millimeter variation. It's one of my favorites right now, not only because it's Grand Diver, but that gorgeous blue dial on this ocean blue, that jewel tone blue. I love that about this design. But let's talk history here. Keep in mind, the brand you've come to love, synonymous with quality and design, pushing 200 years in the watch industry. We did something big. In the early 90s, we relaunched this brand with a Pro Diver. Now, that's such a classic style. We still produce that today. In fact, that 38 millimeter case size is very similar to the Pro Diver case size. But this is about getting a classic built to a higher degree of structural engineering, which is quality. Okay, we're talking water resistance, and that's not just the larger variation. Of course, that's where Grand Diver started.
Right.
But even in the smaller variation, keep in mind this is Invicta. We don't do this. We don't just make a smaller piece for her, bring the quality down. We've engineered it smaller, but everything else is there. The premium engineering on the inside, the mechanical automatic build, the water resistance is intact here as well. I mean, this is a $89 price point for 1,000 feet dive instrument right here. I mean, you want to go scuba diving? Absolutely. You want to hang out at the beach? Maybe at the pool, does not matter because of the premium materials this is built out of. Freshwater, saltwater, it's not an issue. Not an issue whatsoever. Now let's talk about those materials. Premium stainless steel. This is what you should be utilizing to build a quality piece. At $89, you can find watches built with mystery metal. You get into plastic components, things like that. This is all solid, and the links are solid. A lot of times, too, if you pick up those watches out at retail and they have that flimsy feel to it, it's because they're hollow on the inside of the links. A folded link design is made to look solid, but it's hollow on the inside. Why would you do that, you ask? Well, it's cheaper. It's cheaper to build a timepiece. These, it's called a 3-link design. Every individual link is crafted out of solid chunks of premium steel. And then we go through that finishing technique that completely mirror polishes that build. The most popular finishing technique we have employed throughout the build here.
This is for those of
Grand
you
Diver
that want to dip your toe into the line. You've never had an Invicta, your buddies have Invictas, your girlfriends have Invictas, you have no idea what the brand is about. This is the go-to watch. This is the watch that all the collectors wear on the cruise, they wear it as their everyday watch, but it's special because there are only a certain number of people that will ever own it, ever wear it, and you can only find it here at Evine. That blue dial is indicative of the ocean voyage styles that were made available on our cruise in February of 2019. And I think all of the other styles that have this dial, I think they're gone. I don't know that we're ever going to see them again. This is also one of the only ever produced in a matching hers. So the problem is in the 47 millimeter, we have 130 left.
Did you see that? Kyle's making magic.
130 remaining forever. Because this is it, guys. And at this price, we can't do it again. How many do we have in the ladies version in the 38 millimeter?
Oh, we're counting that down fast.
Because I'm thinking this would be, that's all, only about 300 in the ladies. I love it for the grads. I love it for the young lady who's very active. I love it for the triathlete. I love it for the busy working mom who needs the water resistance, who wants to look good as she's doing everything with the kids throughout the course of the day. $15. $15 is your investment to get this home on your wrist. And if you, like me, have the really cute mom and dad that like to match every once in a while, do this for their anniversary.
That's awesome.
Don't you think?
And what's cool too is it's the same quality.
Yeah.
It's the same quality. It's the same design. It's just built on that smaller case design so that the women can wear it more comfortably. That's it. And I guess I should say this too, guys. If you want a classic size, I know that there's still a lot of guys out there that do. You can get into that 38 millimeter case size. That's not a problem whatsoever. It's just that the vast majority of guys are really getting into those larger case sizes today. That's it. You know, the 47s. In fact, women, I bet you there's a lot of women picking up the 47 right now because you guys and gals love that size too.
All right, so I'm going to put the big one on just so you can kind of see
really
the difference.
Just a choice.
Most of the women that I know, in fact, this was the watch that all of the hosts And I think almost all of our crew wore on the cruise.
I think so.
And most of the women actually had a choice if they wanted the 38 millimeter or the 47 millimeter.
Okay.
I think I was the only host that wanted the 38 millimeter.
Oh.
I think all of the other hosts chose the 48 millimeter to wear on the cruise. And as you can see, even on my smaller wrist, that bracelet accommodates my wrist really nicely.
You know, and it's a great way to get a larger watch on your wrist that's not as thick. You know, commonly, you know, when you get into, 50 millimeter case sizes, you're over 20 millimeters. Now this is approaching that at 16, but for a lot of people that might be a lot easier to wear. It might accommodate a wider variety of wrist sizes here too. So it's absolutely gorgeous on this design, guys. I love the dial, I love the watch. It's really, when we start talking about a solid design, and I don't just mean the materials, of course we covered that, it's a solid design.
Yeah.
From the look, from the quality, from the fact that it's going to give you many, many years of perfect use. That's this style. It is a perfect style. It's that time, very rare time, where, the thought of the watch, the engineering of the watch, the manufacture of the watch, everything has come together perfectly to give you this design. That's why it's been vastly superior and popular with collectors. I mean, that's a big deal. Whenever something is highly collected, you know it's done right. But also new customers. You see this watch for the first time and you right away you recognize that not just dive style watch, it's built to true professional dive specs. It's a watch that you want to get into. Now we're doubling down on that because it's a numbered limited edition. The smaller variation that Kendy has, only 1,000 pieces built. So you are achieving a numbered limited edition of 1,000 pieces for $15 on value pay. Now the 47 is done, there's a couple more, 1,500 pieces. Now what that means is it's numbered. Once it's gone, that's it. It's part of Invicta history. It's part of Invicta history. It's part of the Invicta cruise history. This is the official Ocean Voyage Grand Diver right here.
80 in the 47 millimeter. So if you want the 47 millimeter at the lowest price ever, it's last call. 80 pieces remain. Then think about the gals. Think about the granddaughter who loves to dive. Think about the niece who loves to vacation in Puerto Rico. Think about the wife in your life that's always busy with the kids. She's taking them to the pool. She's taking them to the park. She's running around. This is that piece she can wear and wear and wear for a lifetime. She never has to replace the battery because there simply isn't a battery.
That's right. Yeah.
So no one ever has to replace anything with this watch. They simply have to wear it. We are now down to 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Justin's going to take an hour break. A.L. Lalo, the CEO of Invicta Watch Group, is going to be joining me. We're going to be talking Techno Marine. We're going to be talking Tria. We're going to be talking Salida SW500. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? We're going to be talking about a brand new transatlantic. The gold tone with the brown dial.
It's gorgeous. We were looking at it earlier. Hands down cool.
We're in love. It's our pick. And if you missed my video that I did a little bit earlier, certainly follow me on Instagram. It's Kendy TV Host, Kendy TV Host. I did a video to show you some of the hot buys of the show, and many of those pieces are in fact coming up next hour with A.L. Lalo. I also want to remind you that today's top value is still available. 313 diamonds on a classic Boltzeus with diamonds literally dripping down the lugs. And the ability for you today to get that piece home with 12-month financing. Remember, that 12-month financing goes away on the Evine credit card when you spend more than $4.99. It goes away tomorrow night. And we rarely get an opportunity to do that. Well, it's last call. And producer Joel wants us to give you one final live look at the Jason Taylor Chaos Purple with
cool.
the purple pins.
How, purple's already is extremely popular.
Yeah.
You guys know that. Very limited productions when we get into the purple. It's a numbered limited edition, by the way, of 999 pieces because this is the JT variation of the Chaos. Very much known for that bracelet. And you can see that this is such a solid design. But keep this in mind, for $189.99, it ships in a $50 3-slot case. Look at the engineering on this build. Look at the finishing techniques on this. This is an absolute steal. $729 watch for $31. This is that art and engineering from years ago. This is Reserve. Whenever you see that Reserve logo, it's about taking art, design, engineering, and really pushing it to the edge of what's possible within the industry. Even the dial work on this is next generation cool, where you can see on the inside the inner workings of the build here.
2 dozen.
That's it. Let me try it on just real quick.
2 dozen. By the way, it's in our inventory. It's not in our show tonight, but if you want a completely pave dial in a chaos, we brought it out. Was it the first night?
Look at this.
I think it was the very first night. It's on our website at evine.com.
Good luck on that.
So if you go to evine.com, EVINE.com, type in Invicta Chaos, and you'll see all of the executions, but you will not find a lower price than that one. At $189, that is in fact the lowest priced. All right, so we're going to share with you an item that I know that Justin brought to you last night at the lowest price ever.
Absolutely.
We supercharged the deal. It's kind of like a warehouse clearance price. The big question is on the vintage crossbar, are there any silver tone left at all?
Ooh, big question.
Because I know we left last hour with very, very few. 9. So if you want the silver tone dial on the left, 9. And not that many more in the blue or in the green dial. Crazy, crazy, crazy value on this. When Justin starts to tour this piece and show you the gears, the levers, the springs, the details, I don't know how the components loose on the table could be less than $129.
I mean, there's no reason this should be anywhere near this price. So that first one that you're going to see, and this is one that Kendy was talking about, almost completely gone here. This is actually the silver tone execution right there. So you're ordering that by the dial. It's all done in that gold tone. Green. Look at that green. Green is done beautifully on this too. You're going to notice it's a lefty configuration, and we'll talk about that in just a second here too. That's the green. I actually love the blue.
Do you?
The blue execution right here, guys, that is extremely cool. But this is that system, and it's almost like a hybrid design, like an old school Russian diver, where you have that cage design where it's protecting that crystal perfectly. But it's also, if you remember, like the Chatham and Dover, right around when we built the Nautilus too, you saw this. So I mean, really some amazing things coming out. But this is that vintage crossbar design. So you have the bars on here, you have the system right here. Check this out. When I rotate this, it's actually on a linkage design, so it pops open. Look at this. That really cool bar design, then exposing the whole dial. And this is actually the Swiss Parts variation of the Ronda Extratech Z60, although
Silver's gone.
Silver's gone.
Silver's gone.
Highly modified, completely rotating that movement inside the case, because typically the crown and function pushers over here. Now they're over here, so it has a little bit different layout than what you're used to. But then look at the dial work on this. Twisted metal design, metal mesh design, allowing you to see a lot of the inner workings of the build. This is very impressive. In fact, we've been talking about Father's Day.
Yeah.
If you want to give an impressive gift, it's something like this. The dial work, we put the rich time in. The design here is ridiculous. This is the piece that after we sold out of these when we originally debuted this, which by the way was years ago, you guys started asking, I missed out, when can I get it? Do you have more? This happens a lot in these very exciting styles. The answer was no, you can't get it, we don't have any more, but now it's back. And you have about a minute left to steal these at the lowest price we've ever done in history. In about a minute, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, A.L. Lallo, CEO of Invicta Watch Group, is going to be joining me. We are going to crush the price on a Sellita SW500 timepiece. We are going to take you on a tour of a masterpiece called a Tria. We're going to talk about Technomarine, which is also a part of the Invicta family. Invicta Watch Group. And a brand spanking new transatlantic and a couple new color executions that is absolutely stunning. So there are a lot of things coming, and then Justin's back. And it's going to be complete chaos. You better watch out. Because we're just going to blow the roof off the joint. And then Todd's here for his final hour. In fact, if you Google Invicta Chaos, my picture shows up. I know. No, I thought when we Googled Deadpool, your picture came up. That too. Invicta Deadpool. Oh, okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let you take a break, get your orders processed on this, because a supercharged price is like a warehouse clearance price. When it is gone forever at this price. And no, don't wait for a lower price, because it's not
going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
Right?
Not
All right,
gonna
so what are you
do
going to do for the next hour? Raid the candy?
Oh, yeah.
There's the candy drawer?
Candy in my future, I would imagine.
Okay.
That's a safe bet.
All
for
right.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll have a good hour off. I will
Thank
see you in 1 hour. We've got some big surprises in 1 hour. We're going to take a short break. Get your orders placed. I'll be back with the CEO of Invicta Watch Group, A.L. Lallo, with some big surprises in about 3 minutes.
Gear up for the season of sun with the Dive Into Summer event. Join us as we go live from the brand new Invicta headquarters in Florida. Don't miss 9 days of hot new products from your favorite brands like Invicta, Isomers, One World, Gems on Vogue, and a whole lot more. Soak up the savings and dial into style with the Dive Into Summer event live from Florida. Now through Memorial Day, only at Evine.
Don't miss the premiere of My Pillow on Evine.
4 generations by generations. We're celebrating Elizabeth Grant's anniversary. Founded by Elizabeth, the Heritage brand is truly one of a kind, thanks to the power of her exclusive Jerusalem compound, a nutrient-rich sea plant known to help firm and hydrate your skin. Now, Elizabeth and her girls are bringing you luxurious new products, special anniversary pricing, and even more surprises you won't want to miss. Experience a skincare line for the ages during Elizabeth Grant's anniversary, Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, only at Evine.
Well, what an incredible treat. This is going to be a really fun hour because look who showed up. It is A.L. Lallo, the CEO of Invicta Watch Group. We don't get to visit with him often enough. So the first thing I want to do is say thank you to A.L. for being an amazing host over the course of this 9-day Dive Into Summer event. It is the largest event that it took so many people to pull off.
It is, and
what
I have
a feat.
And I have to give compliments, obviously, to the team and all the great guests that we've had here. It's such a great collaboration between everybody together during this event. It's been a lot of fun. You've seen a lot of great fashion, amazing jewelry, obviously, the watches. But we have something special this hour. So I committed to come out for this 1 hour. There's so much going on, obviously, during this long weekend. A lot going on, and you're gonna see in this preview a lot of the stuff that we've put together for you. So we're just gonna show you the price points of the new items that we have, and there's some surprises as always.
And keep in mind, the perks to shop for this event all end tomorrow night. So if you want to take advantage of 12-month financing on the Evine card, you've got to lock your pieces down now. Everything is on 6 value pay, and everything's on sale, but that only goes through tomorrow night. So we're going to go ahead and begin a preview and highlight some of the very special pieces that AL really wants to take you on a tour of live in the preview. So I'm not sure what gift from heaven you brought.
Well, there's
but that's an astonishing price.
Yeah, so here's the first gift, guys, and we're gonna go 56 millimeters. It's the Grand Sabacua. That is a Swiss-made SW500 caliber. It is a fully automatic caliber, Swiss caliber, being built as that chronograph complication for $399. It's by far the biggest Sabacua No. 3 we've ever done. We've only done 2 variations of this watch. This is the only variation that we've ever done on an automatic caliber. They're $399. It is limited quantity, guys, but we have all 3 colors. So if you want that item, it is on the silicone strap with the metal elements on it, skeleton back. All Swiss-made Solita SW500 for $399.
So on that, about 130 of each at the lowest price ever. So I just want to take a minute time out right now.
Got so much stuff to show you here.
Just to have AL take you on a super quick tour. We're just going to tease this on a Reserve Bolt Zeus Tria Racer. The first time we've seen the Racer with completely inlaid dial and mother of pearl.
Right, so
I mean, it's gorgeous.
So we're doing a brand new model of the Tria. Now this is all race inspired. If you're a big race fan, or you just love, the way that we've worked with the inlaid system within this. So we're integrating black mother of pearl and white mother of pearl on this example. If you look at the white mother of pearl version, you're going to see both finishes as well here, and then that's the inlaid detail that we've done of the black and white mother of pearl. Now, the Tria is one of the most complex watches that we build. It actually has 3 separate movements that are being built into it. You can see the chronograph complication. We've actually shifted the movement. The chronograph pushers have been integrated into the case at the 6 o'clock position, and you have secondary time zones on the left of the watch at the 9 o'clock position, and you have, at the 3 o'clock position, and at the 9. So I have a time zone here, obviously my chronograph and my standard time zone here, and a secondary time zone here. Guys, this has gone down to $479 on an $80 value pay. So you get 6 value pays on that as well. Limited quantity on this, brand new, new execution with the modified and brand new dial design on it.
And all you have to do is add on the Technomarine, or you add on that Grand Diver from last hour. You're over $499, and it takes you into 12-month financing on the Evine card.
There's so many great ways to be shopping tonight, and there's so many exciting items. And there's another item that we're going to be talking about that I want to share this preview. This is important, guys. We're bringing back the Tria. Watch this price drop. Now, this is one of the big surprises. When we originally went out, this watch is close to $800.
It was.
Tonight, only for the quantity that we have, it is the most detailed. It is the brand. It's the newest edition of our transatlantic. Here's going to be the new price point. I'll give you a quick tour.
Wait. A free shipping on this, too?
Yes, we're doing free shipping on this item as well.
So these are 3 new colorways we've never done before. So we have the gold tone gunmetal, we have the gold tone, and we have the gunmetal. And I want to have Al take you on a tour because I want you to see all that this offers you.
Well, it's basically, a chronograph complication, stunning watch, completely, you see the finishing, the detail. I actually have this open. You open the lever, I unlock this, I flip this around, put this back in. There's my secondary time zone right there.
Wow.
So
this
yes,
is the gold tone gunmetal choice. One side is the gunmetal, the reverse is the brown.
It is
absolutely my pick.
This is the most beautiful. We sold out all the steel variations on this example. I was going to show it to you on yours. What's cool about it, what was important is when we built this, it's got to look like a watch, like a single piece. Nobody's going to imagine that you actually have a secondary watch at the bottom. So why do we call it transatlantic? If you travel a lot, if you have secondary time zones that you need on the watch, or if you love the engineering and detail we built into it, you flip this around, lock this in place. That's my other time zone. It gets locked in. Identical watch, guys. A whole new look.
Or if you just want to mess with the person across the table that you're having dinner with, right?
And you got to see. Now, watch this price. This is going to be available.
Let's just do it, guys.
Yeah, well,
should we do it?
Let it out.
Well, wait.
Well, let's wait. We can let them wait.
Or you can go to the website.
It's available.
And check it out.
And now I got to show you what we do with Technomarine.
Oh my God. So here's what we're going to do. I think we're through the preview.
Yeah, we're not showing you the price.
Start shopping,
but it's available.
Start shopping. But what you may not know, particularly if you are new to the Invicta family, is that there are a number of other watch brands that are housed under the Invicta watch group. And Technomarine is one of those brands. And it has been years since I personally have seen a Technomarine live on the air.
So here's what we're doing.
Wow.
Our most valuable asset when it came to Technomarine was what's called the Technomarine California. It was the most beautifully integrated dial design detail. It was the slimmest profile that we had out of all the different designs that we had in the collection. #1 selling all time, the California. We completely redesigned the California series. This is the first group in the world that is able to see this. If you're on tonight, you get your choice. We brought every single color out. It's $99. So you're just choosing your color. And I'll give you another perk in a second here, but Kendy's showing you the all blue version. You can see that it's the Technomarine blue. If you look deep into the dial, you're actually going to see in the embossing pattern, deep inside, you're actually going to see the different words that are hidden in the background of Technomarine. You can't really see that unless you really get close up, and that's why I wanted to show it to you. That's the detail that you're going to get from our designs. This is the newest addition to Technomarine California. Obviously, a great player in the fashion world when it comes to watches, but it is being built under Invicta, 200 meters water resistant. You see the detail in our straps that we're using, total silicone straps. They're $99 to anybody who's ordering them tonight.
It's easy to order. This is how you order it. You need 3 words: the color of the case, the color of the dial, the color of the strap. So if we can go through them super quick, there's 10 executions. Yeah, the easiest thing to do.
I brought every color out for you.
We've got them all.
Yeah, they're 46 millimeters, 200 meter water resistant. All you're choosing is the tone, the dial, and the strap.
Yeah, so this is the gold tone black. gold tone case, black dial, black strap. This is gold tone, silver tone black.
It's out of the way,
This
sorry.
is silver tone white.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the silver tones together.
This is gold tone blue white. So again, case, dial, strap.
And this is the gold tone.
gold tone blue.
Yeah,
that's an easy one.
Identical watch, just with the blue strap if you want that.
Gold tone black white, gold tone silver tone white. Then your silver tone execution, silver tone blue, silver tone black, silver tone black, and last but not least, silver tone white.
So I anticipate these are going to sell out. So what we did is we brought every single model within the new Technomarine California. This is a brand that we at Invicta own. It's one of the fastest growing brands at retail right now. This watch retails for close to $400, $99 for each one. It's tonight only. Now I'm going to show you one additional perk that we're doing. I don't know if Aitor's out here, but we have a brand new. We did a special edition backpack.
Fun.
This is probably the most functional thing I've ever used, personally. We're out on the boat, we're out, out with the kids, we're out traveling. You throw this in your bag. Here's what it is. It's an actual interfolding backpack. It's very, very cool. So
nice. So this is a gift for purchase.
Every single watch that you buy is going to include this backpack. We sell a ton of these in our stores.
Nice.
Every time we sell one of these products, and they sell for about $40 a piece on these backpacks. You're going to get the backpack included for tonight with every order that you place. So you order three of these watches. You order 3 watches, you get 3 backpacks included with it. But you can see what's nice about it is when you're traveling, what you do is you just tuck it all back in. And it's so functional and so useful. My kids have beat the heck out of these things.
That's when you're hiking and you need to take snacks with you, or you're shopping and you need to come home with an extra carry-on.
And you can see the material. It's that, it's like almost that parachute material. It's that parachute material, so we're not using some cheap material. So it's very light. It's just cool. We usually sell this. I said, you know what? As part of this area, we're going to give it as a, as a gift with every Technomarine that you're getting.
So this is our Dive Into Summer event. We had to have a Technomarine. Technomarines are meant for those of you who love the water. You love to live in the water, around the water, on your boat. You love to fish. Think about all the people in your life right now.
And the profile,
that love that.
the profile's a little bit slimmer than any other watch. So I know, people say, well, Invicta makes all these big watches. Well, we make just about everything on Invicta. I know that. But when it comes to Technomarine, you'll have the slimmer profile. You actually have what's called a skin. There's a skin that goes over the case. So you have the gold layering process, but we add the skin product. It makes it a little bit sportier. It's part of the aesthetics and the look of it, but also it protects the case. So if you beat the heck out of your watch, but look how elegant that is. So the watch absolutely works for everybody out there. Ladies, of course you can wear this. It is, I would call it a unisex size. It is going to play oversized, but the detail on the dial, the chronograph complication, and it doesn't matter what color you choose. White on white, still a very popular color out there. Especially with the silicone strap, you can see the detail, the way we integrate the strap into the case construction, so there's no gaps in between the case. It is done to high precision, and it's one of our top-selling designs. You can see that the detail on the dial is really cool because, when you see the watch like this, it's like, oh, that's a cool silver dial, but look at when it hits the light, how you can see the different layers of, the Technomarine brand and logo inside of it, just going through. Of course, you have the detail of the bezel, so it's all high polish. You have the satin finish around here, chronograph complications, even the way the indexes and the markers are being built, squared pushers, so they're not standard pushers, screw down crown for water resistant feature, 200 meters. So overall, great design. You're almost not even going to feel you have this watch on the wrist. Very different than anything that we do at Invicta, but tonight only, and as introduction, again, this is not some like old deal that we're bringing out at a good value. You are the first in the world to get into the new California.
$16.66. For those of you who know the name Technomarine, it is synonymous with quality. It's synonymous with water resistance. They were the very first ever sport company years ago to integrate into their sport chronographs diamonds. So this is that high-end build, that fabulous look. It's only because you tuned in right time, right place at the Invicta Marine Pavilion when Al Lalo, CEO of Invicta Watches, is here.
And we've been here for tomorrow will be the 9th day.
Tomorrow will be
We have
9.
not even shown this watch during the whole event. So I promise you we'll come out with something that is unique and exciting, and that's what you're seeing here tonight. So this Technomarine, it's a limited offer for tonight. We're going to include the free backpack, which in itself is a $40 value. You're going to get at the lowest price ever. So the backpack that Aitor is showing you, again, it's very cool, ultra light. It's valuable. I'm not saying you need to buy this because of the backpack, but it's pretty cool to get such a free gift when you're buying it during this offer.
This is the perfect opportunity for you to treat every single person in your life. Maybe you're traveling to your your brother's house. You're going to the river, you're going to the lake.
Graduation, summer.
And you want to bring a hostess gift. Bring one for everyone in the family. The great thing about having that backpack is if you do like to do a lot of traveling, especially if you've got kids, you always need that extra bag. This bag weighs almost nothing, empty, and you've got it on the go. So at this time, and Aitor is in fact a surfer. He brings his board everywhere.
Is he surfing
What's
now
up with
in the
that?
middle of the night? Is he,
He
going,
might be.
Is he paddleboarding at night?
I don't know. They do surf at night.
There's a lot of boats out there today.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a lot of boats out
I
there
know.
today.
We've seen a couple that probably had a couple too many people on
I think that
them.
was just him being
Aitor.
theatrical tonight. That was intense. That was cool.
So right now, think about all the people in your life you love and want to treat to a timepiece that is really every person's timepiece. Sometimes I say it's every man's timepiece, every woman's timepiece. This is for every man, every woman, no matter what your taste, no matter what your style. And today at an 83% discount, no matter what your budget. With our value pay opportunity, we can get this home to you for $16.66. Think about it, because if you remember Technomarine and you remember the quality associated with this brand, no one is going to believe that you got a Technomarine. This is like a $600 watch, guys.
Well,
it's only tonight we're getting it home to you for $16.
We started when it was Technomarine. We made the first watch that had the diamonds built into the bezel, combined with it was a plastic strap then. We didn't even use silicone.
Yeah.
It was a plastic strap, so it was the hottest watch out there. Like the Queen of Monaco was wearing that watch. And that's what really took it off. Every celebrity in the world was wearing a Technomarine
thousands of
with
dollars.
diamonds. We actually just built a customized Technomarine for big hip hop artists. So we customized an all yellow variation of the watch for him. So there's a great demand and great following for that. So when we continue to build that, and you being able to buy the latest edition of the California series, it really makes it substantial. It makes it exciting. It's distinctive. You're looking at things that really are not made in the world of the Invicta brand. So this makes it a little bit more, a nice fit. And obviously for the price point, it's a no-brainer for everybody tonight.
It's a classic look. It's a classic style. It'll never go out of style. It is a classic sport watch. So whether this is for Dad on Dad's Day or for the graduates, let's say you've got a son who's graduating. He grew up with 5 of his best friends, and you're racking your brain. What are you going to get all of them? Get them each a different color. They'll have it for the rest of their life.
And it's an awesome gift. Nobody's going to say, "Oh, thanks for my $99 watch." You're buying a $400 watch. It makes sense. It's a nice added value. Having the value pays, you're getting it for $16. You can get 6 of these for $100. So it makes a lot of sense. So definitely take advantage of it. We have a lot of different colors, so it's cool that you can get many different color variations, so everybody will have their own unique feel, and it'll work for everybody. And for everyone that we ship to you, you're going to get that backpack. So it's a folding backpack, very compact. It's a great gift to add to your order. And really, guys, it's not an offer that we'll be able to have out there for a long time.
We don't have a lot of time to spend here because there are so many fantastic offers in this hour we want Ale to talk to you about. We don't get to visit with Ale very often because he's so incredibly busy. So if you want to call us, we'd love to get your phone calls. We'd love to get your testimonials. This is an opportunity to have the only Technomarine of the event. I don't know if you have any plan for tomorrow.
It's the only watch.
This is it, right?
It's the only watch. It's the only Technomarine. Not this hour. And we haven't shown any.
Nope.
Until tonight. So
we have not. This is what summer's all about. It's all about being free.
Yeah,
it's about being easy. It's about having a piece that you can take on the yacht, you can take on the river, you can take canoeing.
When we first launched to California, I remember the promo spot that we did for you. So we had a marketing campaign.
Right.
It was a couple driving down the California coast in a convertible, just so you understand the styling and the look. So this is a piece that we shot, a behind the scene piece that we did for our marketing campaign. We did that in Ibiza in Spain. So that's kind of the look and the lifestyle behind that. So a lot of work goes behind it. It's got a great style to it. It's a lot of fun, very energetic. Will work for anybody, any age group out there. And that's what makes it the Technomarine line so distinctive than anything we do at Invicta. But tonight, we're just making it very accessible to everybody watching.
Stock up. That's my motto on events like this. And keep in mind, if you are at $499 or more, maybe you're getting a half a dozen of these, we can extend you 12-month financing on the Evine card. We only do it during big events. A lot of events we don't even do that. So if you want to take advantage of the Evine credit card, certainly do so. You can actually call and apply for one right now if you want to. So whether you're walking the dog, what's your dog's names? What are their names?
Luna and Peanut.
Luna and Peanut.
Luna's
Let me guess, the smallest one is Peanut.
Of course. Peanut's the king of the house, and Luna's the angel of the house.
How cute. So whether you're walking the dog or you're going on a, exotic vacation to Costa Rica and you're going to be zip lining, this is a timepiece you take with you everywhere you go. But in order to get the 83% off, number one, you have to get it before it sells out in the color that you want. And number two, you have to get it by the end of the event, which ends tomorrow night.
And if you want the free gift, there's another perk for ordering this tonight. So
that's
take
true.
advantage of that.
All right. Hey, guys, we want to welcome you in. We have about, 4 more hours left in our night tonight. I know Todd Newton's waiting in the wings. Justin's going to be back in a little bit. But this hour is really about the CEO of Invicta exploring with you what makes each style significant within the Invicta brand.
I love how we're still taking this transatlantic. It's probably going to sell out, and we haven't even shown the price. And we'll get to it, guys. I promise you, we're going to get to our transatlantic big reveal on the price point. It's the new edition of the transatlantic.
It is
completely layered in gold or the all black finish, which we haven't done before on the bracelet design. So we have it on the bracelet execution, and backed by demand, we have the all pave version of this Reserve Chaos. It is on a Swiss movement. We have it on the dial in an all stainless steel or the two-tone finish with the Swiss 18-karat gold layering on the two-tone. Very unique design. You're talking about just under a carat and 3/4.
Right.
So you're almost at 2 carats of diamonds for $1,000.
And that sold out in Power Play like 3 weeks ago without the financing. So with the financing, don't expect that to last very long. Well, this is a beast of a timepiece. In fact, it is the largest ever built in the Sabaquanoma 3 series. It's called the Grand, but there's more grand about this than just the size of the timepiece, especially in this execution, right?
You would sell the swatch. Like people, if you're not looking at the specs on the swatch, you're like, all right, that's an awesome deal for a quartz watch. This is a Swiss-made automatic caliber being built into this timepiece. It's an SW500. So let me just start with that. This is probably one of the biggest deals that you can build within this design. That is a Sellita SW500. This is probably the highest grade automatic chronograph caliber being used in the watch industry. I'm personally very close with the owner of Sellita. He's one of my closest friends within. Obviously we started a relationship from the watch industry. But we stay in touch. We meet as much. He's also very busy, so we meet as much as we can, and we develop new products. And I can promise you that he deals with the finest brands in the world. And this movement is being used in brands out there that that could sell for $20,000 on the same exact caliber. We're taking this caliber, an SW500, for tonight only. We have these 3 executions. We're dropping it to $399. Now, again, what we've taken is the original Sabaquanoma 3, which is the #1 selling Sabacua of all time, and we actually made a grand edition. So we did that originally with the Pro Diver.
Yep.
Well, the Pro Diver was always 40 millimeters. Yep. We did the Pro Diver Grand.
54.
This is going over 15 years. We take the Grand, so now it becomes 53 millimeters. It becomes the most oversized Sabaquanoma of the #1 selling design. So yes, if for the many collectors that we have out there, their wish is we want that Grand edition. It's very unique. It's oversized, and I want an automatic. Not a Japanese automatic. I want the Swiss-made automatic. That's what we're delivering on here. So if you look at this watch, we actually did a completely new pattern when it came to the dial detail. So it's got that guilloche pattern on the registers, and then you have the sunray pattern in that very, it's what we call the Invicta blue dial, and then you have the skeletonization, so you can actually see the movement. So a lot of different layers are being built into it. I'm going to keep the shot, guys. If you look at the back, you can see the back is done in all furnace blue with gold finishing on it. It's an important model within the collection. And then you have the white finishing that's done on the case back in the Swiss, with the Swiss movement. You can actually.
So this is the black execution, accented with the blue. We also have the gold tone execution, and then we have the gunmetal execution, and that's done in the black dial for you.
Cool. You can actually see.
The gold is
I don't know how close we can get into this, but you can actually see a lot of the detail in that dial. And look at the patterns and the different levels being built into this. It's just stunning the way you can see that texturization that is done, day and date complication. You can see it's the oversized play when it comes to this design. Now, if you look at the chronograph, the way that you activate your chronograph, which is basically a stopwatch, is you have, this is not related to the chronograph, but I'll show you, that's your crown protector. So your crown is in here, it's a screwed in crown. You have to unscrew this in order to get to your crown and set your time. Once you screw it, you screw it back in. It'll stop. You don't have to do it more than finger tight, and then lock it into place. And then if I activate my chronograph, you have to unscrew these pushers. So I'm going to open the pushers. You need to have that as part of the wad resistance. And what I'll do is my start will be here, and you can feel the click. Now my chronograph starts running. If you see that right over there. So I just timed, 5, 6 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Right here, you see I stopped it. It's at, I timed 8 seconds, and it'll reset back to neutral, back to the 12. So it's basically a mechanical stopwatch chronograph with a timing feature. Your second hand is offset, so you can see that the actual second hand is offset to the position over here, and it's a sweep second hand complication.
You have to keep in mind that this is a 500-meter water-resistant dive watch as well. So when you think about not just the features that Al is pointing out, not just the sophistication of the Swiss-made movement, but then making sure that it's water-resistant to 500 meters, nobody in the world
just the machinery
builds the number of features and components into a timepiece like Invicta for the pricing.
The detail involved in building this and the know-how needed to get into this kind of product. It's very hard for any other brand out there to compete with what we're doing. It's, it's well over, I've been doing it, I'm almost at 24 years doing this. So the amount of know-how and detail that goes into building every spec of the watch. So if you talk about how to build an oversized watch, people think, oh, you just, enlarge the size, like put it in the photocopy machine and press enlarge by 120% and make it bigger. No, there's curvature on the way that the case is being constructed. You got to redesign the bezel features. You got to use machinery that is able to test the water resistance of a case of this size, because typically they're not going to be made for that. So you talk about great and detailed engineering when it comes to these kind of details.
All new components, right? And the one thing that is so impressive about Invicta is nothing is off the shelf. Even within collections themselves, you can't pull the components off the shelf because there's such huge variety. If you're looking for a standout timepiece and you want to have something that's truly unique, what our collectors consider wearable works of art, that's exactly what Invicta is. And honestly, no matter what your taste, no matter what your style, and during this event in particular, no matter what your budget, there is an Invicta for you. We're going to say 3 minutes or so out, and I think we have a caller that's calling from Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is Russell that would like to say hi. Russell, welcome to the pavilion. Please say hi to ALLO.
Hi, ALLO. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but your watches are great.
Thank you, Russell.
Your performance, sir, in presenting the watches is spectacular. I can't see how you can sell these watches at this price. And the price.
We can't either.
Is this water? Well, I like it. So I bought a couple. You send them on time. Your people on the phone are good. And do you have any watches with the tritonite or the gas that's in the tubes? What?
Tritonite.
We have a lot. So we have a lot of different styles that we use tritonite in. The tritium tubes is something that's a little bit more difficult. We are developing some new styles that are using the tritium tube. I think the last time we did was about 5 or 6 years ago. There's still some out there. I've seen some of the pieces left out there, but a lot of tritonite being used. But I appreciate it, Russell. Thanks for the great call.
We so appreciate your call. Enjoy showing off your timepieces. I do want to remind you, if you're new, that we give you an opportunity that you can't find elsewhere, and that's something called Value Pay, which allows you to get home. Let me look at the regular price on this. This is about a $2,400 timepiece. So we're going to ship you a $2,400 timepiece on a Value Pay, which is a monthly interest-free payment of only $66.67.
And it's interest-free.
Think about that.
And you don't have to apply for anything.
Exactly.
If you have a credit card, you don't have to. It's not that we're asking you to apply. You go to a department store, like, oh, apply for the card and we'll give you X, Y, and Z. Right. No, here's like, you don't have to. If you're going to pay with a credit card anyways, do you want to pay it all the $399 now, or do you want to split it $66? Obviously, it makes it a lot more accessible to everybody out there. So for $66, everybody can own a Sabacua, Sabacua 3 on a Solita caliber, and maybe you're new to the watch industry, but it's an automatic caliber. There's no battery operating this movement. It is a micromechanics of mechanical movements, which is the beauty of the watch industry. This is why automatic watches are so valuable. This is why when you ever watch an auction or these rare watches and people say, well, why is that watch so much? Because it's an art. Right. You're really not buying, there's so many components that go in building a movement like this, and we have access to the finest movements in the world. We're probably, we launched the first Solita chronograph movement in the world out of all the brands out there. So that's the knowledge and the know-how and the access that we have that we're able to pass on.
When we look at timepieces of this size and stature, Invicta really led the way. And I have to say that your design team is genius because when you go onto our website at evine.com and you look at the oversized timepieces like the Grand Octane, like the Sea Hunter, like now the Grand Sabacco No. 3, they are among our top-rated timepieces.
And it's a hard thing to do because when you think about a watch of this size, some people might be watching at home. It's like, oh, you know, it is a big watch, and that's the point. So if you're not into big watches, maybe this is not the style for you. But you know, we have plenty of classic-size watches. But this is a grand edition. This is what our collectors have been looking for.
By the way, do want to let you know that next hour we will revisit today's top value.
Yeah, I saw when you launched this. That's amazing.
313 diamonds.
Yeah, to get this, you know, just the setting cost and the workmanship goes into a Bold Zeus. I remember when we first launched the Bold Zeus with no diamonds on it, it was close to $1,000.
It was.
Now you can buy for $994 as a top value, one that is completely encrusted in diamonds. And it's not just on the dial. The case has the diamonds being set on it, on the curvature, so a lot of detail going into that. And here's a similar design, but this is what we call a tria. It's a triple time zone with a very uniquely laid out chronograph complication. It's the 8040N movement. That's the caliber of the movement that we use, but it's offset to where the pushers are at the bottom, so you don't really have pushers sticking out of the case, and makes it a little bit more elegant.
I love the racer design. The inlay of the mother of pearl has to be so precise. It is so spectacular design. We're going to take you on a tour of that in a little bit. We unveiled the brand new executions of the Transatlantic. I can't even remember. I think it was about a year ago. And in that show, we had 3 different Transatlantics. They all sold out for about double the price in the debut, and now a brand new price drop. Take a look. All right, so.
Yeah, so what we're doing tonight, guys, is basically we're taking the Transatlantic, the newest edition, and this is a gift for this hour. We're going to show you, let's reveal the price, and then I'll take you a full tour.
Let's do it. So the Transatlantic was once a completely different look. When we first unveiled this timepiece, I do, but I have
got
not
99
given it
cents
away.
at the end.
What doesn't have 99 cents at
Fair
the
enough.
end, right? But when we first debuted these, Al, we debuted these at well over $400. We had 3 different executions in our unveiling. I think it was last November. Every single piece sold out to the piece. So for this event, to unveil 3 new color executions at 71% off, it is unheard of, and with only a few hundred in each execution, this could sell out tonight.
What a piece of, like, it's literally a piece of art. It's going to sell out. It's a piece of art, and I want, you know, a lot of you are ordering from the preview when we talked about it. So now we just announced we're going out at $229. Look how amazingly and well designed this piece is. I give my compliments, you know, to the design and engineer team, because you're watching at home. It's like, wow, that's, you know, that's a heck of a piece. Yeah. Beautiful, very elegant. Why it's called the Transatlantic? You're going to see a lever here. So I'm just going to pull this out. So I've unlocked the watch. I'm going to open this, flip my case, lock this down. I just have a whole different look on the watch. And it looks right. It doesn't stick out. Oh, let me just lock this in place there, sorry. So it looks right. So you have the perfect profile. You don't have something that's bulky and oversized, but you can see the detail in engineering, how you flip the case, how you have the crown position that is built in the right. You can see, you know, if you care, you know, we keep the you know, the case chassis or the cradle open in the back, so it actually flushes in nicely into the case. You still have the unidirectional bezel, so that doesn't take away from anything that we're doing. So very high grade. So you have a 3-hand caliber on one side, and it's 2 separate movements. You open this up, flip this around, and you can see you have 2 separate crowns on each side. Flip it around, and you just lock it into place, and you're done. There's a sunray pattern dial, very clean, very easy to read. It's, you know, we're using the super luminous material all the way through. So this one we're ordering as gold.
This is, you order it via the 3-hand caliber movement side. So this one is the gold tone. Yeah, so when you get to the 3-hand caliber, it's going to be all gold tone.
Because the 3-hand is gold on the back, on the other side. So
the other
it'll give you a contrast color on the other side.
Gold or blue.
Yeah, so you're getting gold on one side, and the chronograph is going to be in the blue.
This is my favorite.
Right.
You order this one gold tone, and then the 3-hand caliber side is gunmetal. So you order this gold tone gunmetal. But let me tell you, the brown side with the chronograph is off the chart spectacular in the gold tone.
Now,
look at that.
Yeah, look how, you know, anything that you're doing, you know, that sunray pattern brown dial, you know, with the chronograph complication, so and you have the pushers integrated here. So you got to think about that. One set has a 3, it would be very inexpensive to do a 3-hand and 3-hand, or less expensive. Now we're integrating the pushers on one side and keeping, you know, the whole flow of the watch. And when you put it on, what was important is we don't want this thing to look like bulky or just doesn't look right on there. This looks perfect. It's well designed. The bracelet is well balanced. It's a bracelet that's coming out of our excursion collection. The gold is done in that perfect pattern between the satin finish and the high polishing combination. Very easy and clean to read. And if you're traveling, maybe I'll keep my home time. So if I'm going to Europe, I'll keep my home time zone here.
That's a great idea.
And I'll just open this up, flip this around, and then I'll just,
or if you've got a kid off of college across the world, right?
Second, third time.
There you go.
I'm sure you can figure out the time. I know you don't need your watch, but it's very cool to have this. Now, we've done something very unique.
And this is the gunmetal execution.
Well, this is what's called a combat edition.
Yep.
So it's all done in triple black, but we in the watch industry as collectors know this as the combat edition. What that means, it's black on black on black, which usually means that we're using different shades of black and charcoals, so it's still legible, but it's got that sinister look to it. So on this design, you're gonna get the all black finish. I'm gonna unlock this. Here's the lever, open this up, this comes out, flip this around, you'll have the 3-hand variation on the other side. So a awesome look and design when it comes to this. Guys, it's $229. It's a new price drop on a brand new example.
Colors, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll give you some other, go ahead.
Think about Dad. He's been your dad for 50 years, 40 years. What do you get Dad again? Well, every dad I know is into gears and levers and springs, and
yeah, the word technical.
Gadgets and this is the perfect
and the funny thing is, it's impossible to find the right gift.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I tell my kids, just don't buy. What are you going to buy? And this would be unique because it's technical. I know it's not out there because it's new. Nobody has ever seen it. It's not available anywhere else. You can look at the integration and design, and just as a conversation piece, it's a very cool piece to own and have, and to be able to bring it out at $38 Value Pay. And we talked about Value Pay before because it's one of the biggest values of you shopping here on Evine. That not only do we pass on these great values to you, but we make it very accessible when it comes to how to pay this off. So
I love this shot. So on the left of both photographs is the gold tone. Remember, you order it via the color of the 3-hand movement side on the right-hand side. So the gold tone reverses to the blue. The gunmetal in the middle, that's easy to see. That's the black ionic plated. And then to the right, you order that gold tone gunmetal because the 3-hand calibers in the gunmetal. But my favorite is when you reverse that gunmetal to the brown. When I look at this, particularly in the 2 gold tone executions, I think executive man's watch. I think if I saw this on a gentleman, I would think, man, that's got to be a $2,000 watch.
Yeah, but even even Aitor, he's super casual tonight.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect on
But
him.
In gold, it looks really cool.
It does.
And it's like, it stands out. Now, he could be wearing some good old digital watch, and I don't know if you'd get the same kind of reaction than putting something like this on.
I don't think so.
And yeah, you might say, well, it kind of looks ridiculous. It's like really casual. Yeah, it works, guys. And maybe the combat edition would be very cool. But all these design ideas, and again, they're done very high grade. It's done to be, a complicated feature of a watch. It's something that nobody in the watch industry is offering. And if somebody else would be offering this, we know that it would be selling for, I don't know, probably close to $1,200, $1,500.
Yeah.
I know the watch industry well. I know how it works. I know what other brands are doing when it comes to, marking up their product. Nobody in their right mind would put up a watch like this for $229. So we're obviously out there, like we did from day one. We stayed very true to our mission, and we continue to do that. And you can see it here again, that our quality only gets better, our designs get more into more detailed, and the value and relationship with Evine just gets more dynamic. And when we're able to bring this out with free shipping on a $38 Value Pay, and just taking a 71% off for this presentation, but it's only on existing inventory that we have.
This is true. Now, for the ladies out there, they're saying, I know you're Invicta girls, you like your large watches. The beauty of this watch is
it's big,
Invicta design. It's big. It's a thick watch, right? It's a very thick watch.
Yeah, for the lady Invicta collector, you'll understand, and this will fit you.
Right.
If you're new to, if you're watching for the first time,
it's oversized.
I think it's going to be a little bit too big for you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, unless you're ready to wear a very big watch. So I'm not saying this was designed, as a ladies' watch. It does play oversized, but you can remove enough links that you can fit it to your wrist.
Well, that's the point. The bracelet is flexible enough that you can.
Yeah, and I want to show you some other detail. That when you look at this, besides obviously the case construction, also the bracelet design. So the bracelet is coming out of the Excursion collection. The Excursion collection is very detailed. We make some of the most beautiful bracelets to that design. It has those elevated links in the center, so they're separately polished. And one thing that you don't see a lot is solid end links and a solid buckle. You need all this to be able to hold together what is known to be a very heavy timepiece.
For those of you who are thinking, should I pull the trigger today? Should I wait? Are there others coming? As far as I know, this is the only new transatlantic that we have for you. It is at a value that we will not be able to do after this event. AL gives us a lot of leeway during these events to offer you savings and discounts unlike we ever get to see. So if this is always a watch you've wanted to step into, we did the silver tone executions. We did the nose art executions.
We did
those
silicone.
are gone.
They're all limited editions. So those are all sold out. By the way, if you want that brown that Kendy's been talking,
it's my favorite.
That is the quickest to sell right now.
Yeah.
So the brown version, you order on the gold tone charcoal. It's actually the one on the right of that shot. You're getting brown. You have brown chronograph on one side, and you have the sunray charcoal dial on the other side. If you order
up at the value pay, I am in awe that we can ship you an $800 timepiece, and you can wear it next week for $38.
And
honestly,
and it's ready to go, guys. So it makes it obviously very accessible to everybody. But it's exciting to see that you have very unique looks and very high grade timepieces made very accessible to the collectors.
How long does it take? And I'm sure every new design goes through its rigors, but how long does it take from inception, like on paper, this is a really cool design,
on a watch?
On a watch like this, because there's so much going on.
Yeah, so this one is not the typical, and this one takes a lot longer than any other watch. If you take a recreation of an existing style and some new color variations, all right, that might take 5-6 months. If you take a watch like this that from scratch, we're just going to redesign a whole new line like the transatlantic, this was probably 2 years in the making until we finally got to see the product. Yeah, so you have to go through through 3D drawings, and then you have 3D cutouts of that. I have the original 3D samples of this that were made out of plastic cutted 3D printers, so you can see the fit, the feel, there's I think it was like 47 different components that build a transatlantic between all the screws and the springs and everything that goes into it. So really exciting, and to finally see it out and functional, because the more you put in a watch, the more can go wrong, or the more can't work, and you can feel how perfect it is and how functional when you open the watch up. You just gotta
get the bar,
and you can feel how it clicks.
It does, clicks right into place.
So it doesn't play, it doesn't shift around, and then you just lock it down.
And that's my favorite right there.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it click.
That is, now you order it, gold tone gunmetal. This is the brown. We're gonna say 3 minutes or sell out. This will probably be the first to go. To me, the gold tone gunmetal is the heavy favorite. I think it's because when you get to the chronograph side, it's done in that beautiful brown. We don't get to see brown very often.
And what's nice about it is, in the three-hand variation, you do have the Arabic numerals, so they're very easy to read. So if you give this to Dad and he has a hard time telling time, they always love the Arabic numerals, and it has nice contrast. So it's very clean. The hands are very clear. You have the big numbers that are being put in front of it. But if you don't have an issue seeing your watch, it has that military inspiration to it. So transatlantic does have that look. If you release it again, you go into the chronograph. It's going to have the stick, as we call them, the stick markers, and very clean design. You have the layering that goes into the chronograph complications. You have the multi-layers. You have the outer track bezel design. And of course, your chronograph. Let me just go ahead and stop this here, so you can see the detail as well. So, very well designed and very easy to read.
Yeah, the mechanisms are easy to use. They're super, super, super fluid. And when you talk about quality in design and then execution, typically you're talking about timepieces that can be in the thousands and thousands of dollars. The great thing about Invicta is they have a team of designers that's been at this for many, many years. So they know how to build a watch for you that becomes your everyday watch. I mean, when you look at watches like this is not just a dress me up, take me out watch. This is a watch you wear every single day if you want to.
And it's a great way to start your Invicta collection. And I promise you, I have a very close friend. This is funny because he's been I've done a lot of real estate with him, and he came up to me and we actually did something in our new office, and I gifted him a new Invicta watch, and he wears he's been wearing a watch that I guess he got 20 years ago, not an Invicta, a very nice brand, and he puts on this watch. I think he texts me every day. I just got another compliment. I just got another compliment. Yeah. It's the funniest thing, because I have never seen anything like it. Yeah. Every time I go into a meeting or something, somebody talks about his Invicta watch. And I get that. I get that from a lot of Invicta collectors out there. There's something about the product, the design, the uniqueness that, it stands out. It's like, women tell you, you wear that cool pair of shoes that nobody has. Everybody talks about all the time. So that's the kind of the reaction you're going to get from something that is designed in such a distinctive way.
And what I'm hearing is, what a lot of the guys are doing, they're wearing these on their job interviews. The job interview turns into a discussion about the watch, and they get the job, right? Honestly, and this is one of those pieces, to me, particularly in the gold tone executions, really a super cool, kind of a corporate executive man's watch. Not that you have to be, but what I like about this is, at the boardroom table, he steps out, you flip it over, see if he notices.
I talk about that. Those days are over. The day that you have a watch for this or a watch for that, everything goes today.
It's really true.
There are really no rules anymore. You could be super casual, you could be ultra. So it's just so much, nothing is a rule anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that when you wear a watch like this, it really changes the whole character of anything that you're doing.
By the way, if you missed at the top of the hour, Ale brought a brand new Cruise California from Techno Marine out. He's basically giving it away on a value pay of $16.66. But that's not all he's giving away. You're going to get a super cool backpack with each of these Techno Marines that you
It's a
order.
It's a $40 value included with any of these Techno Marines. So it's the new California. You're the first in the world to ever see it. It's the first time we're airing it. It's the only Techno Marine that's selling for $99. It's a brand owned by Invicta. We have this brand for almost 5 years now. The brand's been around for almost 20 years. It was the leading brand in the world when it came to fashion. It was one of the first watches that ever set diamonds into a sport watch. And we're bringing it out today on a new edition.
Well, we hope you guys are having a phenomenal weekend. We understand that a lot of you are visiting relatives, and maybe you're seeing Evine for the first time, being introduced to Invicta for the first time. Go to our website. It's evine.com, and there is a 30% off boutique. All of the items in that boutique that are regularly priced, you have an opportunity with a coupon code. It's easy. It's SAVE30, SAVE30, and you will save 30% on, I think there's close to 8,000 items in that boutique, from skincare to watches,
electronics,
to clothing.
There was something very cool that I saw today. There's a huge boutique for Fendi sunglasses.
There is.
Yeah, it's and I went through it. It's like $118. For a pair of Fendi sunglasses.
Our sunglass boutique
it's crazy. And
yeah,
I was sitting with my mom earlier tonight, and we were watching the show, and there was you see on the screen popping up. She's like, "What?" So I said, "Of course."
We were wearing them all day yesterday.
She bought two of them. She went on and she bought two for $118.
I know.
I asked her how many sunglasses. She goes, "I'm not answering that question," but she just bought two more.
Well, the chaos has a story behind it that I'm going to let AL tell, but I will tell you that when we introduced this 3 weeks ago, it was on Power Play. We feature this Power Play show, by the way, every Sunday night. It's a static show.
Love the show.
When we're back in Minneapolis.
There's a Fendi
There
banner again.
they are, right there. But when we introduced this, we had many of them, and they sold out instantly. But when we made it available 3 weeks ago, there was no financing available. Today, you can either get this home on your major credit card for $183, and we're talking about almost 400 diamonds that are hand set onto this dial, or for this visit on the Evine credit card. And by the way, if you don't have one, you can call us right now and apply for one. And if you're approved, you can use it. 12-month financing. AL, I can be wearing a $4,000 diamond watch. I can get it home on the Evine credit card for under $100 a month.
How many diamonds are set on here?
5 diamonds shy of 400.
400 individual stones.
Right.
And pave means they're paved. They're paved on the surface area of your dial. And you can see them side by side in that circular pattern. Gives it that beautiful, vibrant finish, completely encrusted. Again, 1.65 carats of diamonds.
Crazy.
For $1,100.
45 in the gold tone, which is actually two-tone.
This is my favorite.
And fewer than 100 in the silver tone. These are let's talk about limited production. You do limited editions. We know what that means. The pieces are numbered. But you have pieces like this that are very limited production, and sometimes
they're hard to make. That's what it is.
They're gone for like 10 years, right?
Well, yeah, so it just takes a long time. So our production capacity has X amount of, capacity, and we got to, use it for whatever you can. And, just the time that it takes to set the diamonds on a dial, the workmanship that goes into selecting the diamonds and putting it there. There's 395 individual stones. It's not like, you just smear this stuff on the dial.
Well, there's not a machine that comes down and goes ka-chunk, right?
It's all hand done.
Right.
Every single diamond, one by one, is being set on this thing, and it's done to perfection. You got to do and it's got to be tasteful. Because I've seen diamond watches out there, there's some beautiful diamond watches, of course, but there's some diamond watches that looks like they set one diamond and then they bang the steel to make it look like a diamond, and so it's like that. This is the real deal. Yeah. And you can see the workmanship and the vibrance that is coming out of this, all hand set throughout the whole dial, pave. Now, the movement caliber on this is an SW200 caliber. So you have an automatic complication that is being used on it. So it's not a quartz caliber. That's a true Swiss-made automatic being used on a bracelet that is very complex. Every single link and aspect of that bracelet is individual. They're each individual polished and plated, so it's unique. So it's not like one smear that goes on the whole thing. The crown complication is designed so it has that oversized crown, very easy to grip, very easy to function. You do have that unidirectional bezel. So you have that rotating bezel with with the cutout that is done. It's like that coinage, but it's exaggerated coinage bezel to make it more industrial looking, combined with the pave. But when you put this on, again, full on 50 millimeters, it is one of the most beautiful diamond pieces that we built out there.
And yet it's still life-proof. I mean, you've built in
I personally wear this watch
that allow you to wear it every day,
I wear this watch all the
right?
I wear this watch all the time. So I have this and my specialty. These are the two diamond watches that I wear all the time, and I love it. And we're building a lot more styles within the series. Not the diamond version. We're making non-diamond versions, but still using unique movements into them because of the uniqueness and the nice fit that this piece has.
It's still rated to 200 meters water resistance, so AL can dive with the sharks all day long if he wants to.
We could.
It has that flame fusion crystal, which allows you the strength and durability of a mineral, but it's not going to scratch, which is so terrific.
And I love the two-tone. I don't wear a lot of watches layered in gold. I usually wear a lot of stainless steel, but this example, just the way that the gold is done in the high polish, it brings it out tastefully.
It shows off the bracelet, I think, a little bit better, right?
And enhances the different levels and dimensions, because it is three-dimensional, bracelets, and nothing, as you said before, is out of the box. There's nothing standard about any watch that we build. We customize everything, the pins that are going through, the way the bracelets are being done, the application of every link, how it's being done, the diamond work that has gone all the way around, even the movement. So again, you're talking about an SW200 movement. It's one of the finest movements in the world. It's completely Swiss-made movement, and that's what's running the engine.
So if you're digging this, but you're not into diamonds, or you're digging this, but this is out of your budget, just so you know, last hour, we took the purple version with the purple pins down to an absurd price. So if you love this look, all you need to do is go to evine.com and type in Invicta Chaos. And you are going to see what we have in stock, and you're going to have other options, which is nice.
The case is a customer favorite.
Yeah.
The only thing is that we have a brand new addition to this event, which is the diamond version that you guys have been asking for. And I think one of the fastest growing segments of collectible watches that we have are diamond pieces.
Yeah,
we just can't keep them. We can't keep them in stock. So we're always bringing out new designs. You should go online and look up Invicta Diamond, and you'll see a lot of great detail that we've done. But this specific example with the Swiss-made caliber, with the automatic complication, with the way that the bracelet is being integrated, the size of the watch, and about a carat and 3/4 of diamonds being set in 395 stones. There's a lot of watch for the money, a lot of diamonds for it.
So, you know what? We have the best producers in the world. So what our producer Joel just did was he went onto our website, evine.com. It's a great source to shop. He just typed in Invicta Diamond, and up came all of the diamond options. And some of these have simple diamond hour markers. Others have...
so that watch that's on your screen on the right, that's a Sabacqua Noma, that's a Sabacqua Noma 2.
There are 4 left.
Yeah, completely encrusted in diamonds with an automatic caliber. But that's what is that? We're discounting that to $2,000. Yeah. We have a Pave Pro Diver that is close to $3,000 there. So our diamond collection is pretty spectacular.
Even the Sea Hunter in the blue ionic plating has diamonds.
Yeah, it has the diamond markers on that one.
Yeah. So there's a lot of options. Again, you can type in Invicta Chaos. Check out our website. It's the best place to shop, especially during events, because we get to pull off doing value pays and financing and special shipping offers on so many of the pieces. So if you want the two-tone, I'm being told that we have fewer than 30. Okay. That will sell out tonight. Yeah, remember, this event ends tomorrow.
Yeah, and what's important is, Kendy said it before, we got the financing approved for you. Yeah. So you'll get the 12-month financing, or you could just use a value pay. It's interest-free, $183. The financing is interest-free too, right?
If they make a minimum monthly payment. Okay. So you have to make your minimum monthly payment over the 12 months and pay it off in full by the end of the year term, and then it's interest-free just like value pay.
Guys,
it's like you're borrowing money on us to wear a diamond watch for a year.
No, we're making it accessible to everybody out there.
Yeah.
And it's great because I want you to own this watch. And a lot of you say, well, I don't know if I'm ready to spend for a $1,000 watch. Well, you're getting almost like a $4,000 watch for special value. So,
well, you guys are completely loving on this brand new price on the grandest of all Sabacqua Noma 3s. It's the Sabacqua Noma 3 Grand. It features that Salida SW500, which should never be $399. We're basically saving you $2,000 on that watch today.
Well, $399
right?
on a Swiss automatic complication.
Keep in mind, if you go to evine.com, we have so many great opportunities for you in virtually every product category. Don't forget about that 30% off boutique, but also, so next hour, Justin's going to be joining me. The hour after that, Todd Newton's going to be joining Justin. And then, for those of you that are thinking, oh my gosh, you need a crash course in getting ready for the summer season because you've got your high school reunion coming up or your daughter's wedding.
This is
the
good.
Keto Zone product.
I was.
It's not just good, but it's affordable and it's easy.
And I reviewed the whole, the whole thing. I looked at the book and everything. Very cool.
He's
product.
like the master of the keto.
And you'll get the full presentation about 2 hours from now. She's gonna be watching for
the
that.
doctor's in the house, so let you know what's happening with
That's
that.
right.
And Kathy Norton, I believe, is going to be joining him, and I think that is at midnight,
That
if I'm
stuff
not
works.
mistaken.
You feel it.
Believe me, I know. It definitely works. So we're going to take a look at a work of art right now. Number one, it's a work of art because it's a reserve level timepiece. Number two, because it's a Bolt Zeus. But number three, the dial. I've seen inlay done by masters that create magnificent jewelry. But when you look at the precision that you're getting in this racer design, in this, this particular dial design, this price is beyond belief for all of the details you put into this timepiece.
Let me just align this. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, it's and what you're seeing is, you talk about the inlay dial. So you're getting the black mother of pearl, and you can see those hues of mother of pearl coming out of it. So you have the black mother of pearl, and then you have the lines of white mother of pearl. If you look at these classic sports cars, the way that the lines go through, they go through the whole car. It's just that signature look of that classic design, and this almost looks like the dashboard of of a roadster. So that's what we built upon it. Now, of course, if you remember a chronograph, this is typically the way, and I'm going to set this up, and you'll realize this is how typically a chronograph is being done. So your crown would be at the 3, and your pushes would be on the side. So your wedge would be at the top at the 12, and then your chronograph complication, your big date. This is what I want to show you. Do you see the big date down here? So usually your big date is set, to read, the 2 and the, what is that, 20?
26.
Yeah, 26. Yeah. So you'll have the 2 and the 6 right side up. Because we actually modified this movement, you need to have this, let's flip it up the right way. We had to change all the discs of the grand date complication modified in order to offset the crown to the 6 o'clock position and move the pushers over here. So if I want to activate the chronograph, you push this here, and that's other way. Hold on a second. So there's your start, and this would be your stop. You got the bus coming out tonight.
Yeah.
And then you start your chronograph.
Starting.
You see? So your pushes are actually down here for your chronograph complication.
Very cool.
So then I'll stop that, and let me go through here. It's just gonna click.
It's better than cool, though. It actually is a little bit more, it's great for functionality if you don't want that crown, right?
And the difference is you have the crown here, but then you have secondary time zones. So besides my time zone, my chronograph, in this area I have another time zone over here. Now your crown is down here, so you just pull that out, and you can set a different time here.
Separate movement,
separate movement. I set my time with a second hand, with secondary, so you have your 2 hands there. It's a very tiny movement that's being built and built in to the side of the case with the cables going through it. And same thing on this side. So again, another clock that is being done there. Do you need these clocks? We can argue about this all day long. Of course you don't need it. I have, I have a phone as well.
It's cool looking.
Yeah, but it's engineered and it's detailed. It's done to the highest level. So it is very exclusive. It's a reserve level timepiece. It's using the finest craftsmanship when it comes to, to watchmaking, the way that we offset the date. But it's $479. So you're getting the Bolt Zeus Tria, where you have the triple time zones, the modified chronograph complication, the beauty of having the cabling system being built all the way through. Now, the difference on this one is, of course, the actual finishing that is done on the inlaid pattern. Right. So this one will have the white mother of pearl, so it's what we call snow white mother of pearl with the black combination going down. So you have the lines going through, very easy to read, but it's accented in gold. So you have the gold cable, the gold detail going through, and you have the actual secondary time zones on the side. One cool thing about it is when you look at the secondary time zones, you see the curvature, so even the crystal's curved and flows with the side of the case.
This is white. You order this one white. The black, you order black. Black has the black cabling. The white has the gold tone cabling if you like more of that two-tone look. A $1,600 timepiece, home on your wrist, in time for Dad on Dad's Day for $80. There are very few venues in the entire world where you can bring anything valued at $1,600 home for $80.
Yeah, and you just think about all the watches that you saw this hour. And look at all the hours that are going to be, all the watches that are going to be coming up and all the different items that we have available. But, you can add for a value pay. So an $80 value pay on this, and you can do for 130 value pays. You get into your, your Pave watch, and then
So you
get
never
into
have to miss out,
no,
right?
Really, you can build a very detailed watch collection for a fraction of the price. Nobody else out there can compete with this. You're getting some very cool design features, great functionality, a lot of attention to detail, a lot of complications, and this is what we guys want when it comes to to fine watches.
So let's say he's a June birthday guy, right? Pearls. What do you get him in the
June,
mother of pearl?
Father's Day.
Well, Father's Day is
Like,
perfect, but
Father's Day is the second biggest holiday for us in the watch industry after Christmas.
I'm sure it is.
And then it's Father's Day and graduations.
Weddings too,
Yeah,
probably.
Father's Day and graduations. June is one of the biggest watch. It's the perfect gift, and I'm not just telling you to convince you to buy this watch. It's just a fact. So everybody's struggling out there. What do I give? You're giving that graduate something. He will remember you forever wearing that watch. You want to give dad something unique. He probably is he loves every guy loves watches.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of getting him the right design. Now, you might get him that good old boring watch, 3-hand and this and that. Okay, but when you get something exciting like this, it makes it distinctive. I promise he doesn't have this, because I think every watch I've shown you this hour is brand new, I've never seen before. So this is new. We just launched it during this event, and we just dropped the price on it, and you can get it home for $80.
I think it's the best priced Tria ever.
You'll be paying this for like Christmas and giving it to dad on Father's Day.
Do you love that? So get everyone to pitch in. Get this home for dad on Dad's Day. My pick is the white mother of pearl. I love it because I think the contrast is spectacular. I love the two-tone nature of the cable as well.
It's very elegant, very detailed.
It looks a little more dressed up, whereas the black is a little bit edgier. So stay on the phone lines for the Tria. It is the only Tria for the entire event. We have no other. I don't even think we have another Tria in stock.
No, it's the only. You go on the website. There's nothing out there. It's the only one that we got back in stock.
It's a beauty. And these take a very long time to reproduce. So once this sells out, we could have a long. I think the last time we brought one, there was like 3 years or 5 years before we got another one back in stock again.
And this one has a little bit more detail in it with the dial design, and obviously the value is incredible.
Yeah. So with Invicta, you can never say, I'll get it next time.
Good luck.
Unless it's a Grand Diver.
We'll have something else.
Maybe.
We'll always have something, but
But
you want this, and I see this on the cruise all the time. It's like, I should have gotten it.
I know,
It was sold out when I woke up in the morning. I taped the show, or I watched it on the internet later on. So it was good.
Especially when it comes to financing, you only need something for like $20 to get over that $499. Are we at the end of the hour? Is that possible? Okay, that just flew by.
Incredible.
Thank you so much for coming out and visiting with us.
Great.
We so appreciate it. Again, ALLO, CEO of Invicta Watch Group. If you have any questions, you can always reach Justin or Invicta Ryan or myself. We'll get the notes off to Ryan. I mean, it was a great hour. That was like the fastest hour of the whole event.
Justin's got some good stuff coming up.
Oh my gosh, does he ever. So you guys need to strap yourselves in now, because we are about 24 hours to the end of the event. All of the prices go up. All the values go away, and deals like this on a Reserve Grand Octane, it's the largest Reserve watch Invicta builds. We can't do these values again. Mother of pearl dial, $33.33 value pay, brand new markdown. And that piece I know for a fact is very, very limited. 663-982 is your item number, and that's coming up a little bit later in this hour, but that is one that's in the dozens, not in the hundreds, so I don't want you to wait. So we're going to do a live preview with Justin. Justin Zimmer just sat down. He's got 2 hours, one with me, one with Todd. We're in the home stretch, baby.
Yeah.
24 hours, and guess what? Dive into Summer event is over. The values are over. The value pays are over.
That's
the
it.
financing is over.
It's all ending.
It's all ending.
It's all going to end.
But these 3 items out here right now are all going to end tonight. Why? This is going to be a speed preview because they are all limited. Ladies, if you didn't get your diamonds for Mother's Day, it's time to treat yourself.
Oh, this piece right here.
Right?
Yeah.
I have 4, 4, and 4. 4 in rose gold, 4 in silver tone, 4 in gold tone. It is your on your market set dial diamond bonanza. 276 diamonds for well over a full carat of diamonds. And today for this show, the price goes up forever at the end of our show. $599.99 for a $2,200 watch.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a very limited 42 millimeter
Let me
bill.
show it to you.
I mean, you guys know these color choices already. Gold tone's on point, silver tone is gorgeous, rose tone, forget about it. There's always sold out. The dial work on this, completely done in diamonds. Talk about getting into a serious build. Over 3,000 feet of water resistance on this piece. That's reserve level quality at a very rare size of 42 millimeters.
I have 4 of each, brand new markdown. A once only means that we are giving you the lowest price that we will ever offer. It is only for this show. And when we say goodnight, the price goes up forever, which is a really long time. AL was just talking about it. When you kick yourself because you knew you should have gotten it, right?
Yeah, that's...
We did take the price down on the 46 millimeter a couple nights ago. I don't know if that's still available. This is the true women's size at the 42 millimeter. All right, here's another one. On your mark, get set, go. It is the very final quantities, only in the silver tone, and that's all silver tone black. We have the final 2 dozen at 78% off.
It's by far one of my favorites.
Hunter.
One of my favorites because when you look at the skull, it has this really cool finishing technique to it. It has like an antique look, or like the Punisher, Frank Castle, like he just went to war, and you can see the battle scars, maybe some, I don't know, some bullet marks on there. Check this out, bullseye design. Here you have the bullet design for the hour markers on the build. All that symbolism. Think about Father's Day. The perfect piece for Dad right here. Even if you take the Punisher out of the equation here, $199.99 for a Generation 2 Sea Hunter is crazy.
That particular piece, by the way, 2 dozen available. It is last call forever. 200 meters water resistance, check. Flame Fusion Crystal, check. 5-star after 5-star after 5-star review, check. It's last call, $33.33. And then the only blue label I've seen since, I think, the first day of the event. And it's going down. Are you ready? Brand new, lowest price ever on the final quantities of the Reserve 52 millimeter Thunderbolt blue label Swiss movement. And there are 15. That's it.
How many?
15.
No.
That's all we have.
There it is.
In fact, I don't even know if I've ever seen this one.
It's the only blue label Thunderbolt ever done. You guys already know you love this series. Blue label is all done on the blue ionic plating. Pops of the gold tone on here. That's what it's all about. Reserve level quality on this piece. Look at that. Blue cable work on here throughout the build. The blue silicone strap. This is that watch built to an extreme depth rating. Okay, this is the time to get into a masterpiece in the blue label. You want limited production, it's this piece right here.
Right. All right, so it is last call. That was our live preview.
Last chance.
Of our 3 items that we will not get a chance to get to. The Diamond 42 millimeter Venom. Right?
That's it, yeah.
The Punisher, Sea Hunter. You know, if you're going to wear a Punisher, the Sea Hunter is about as badass as you can get, right?
You said it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? That's about as good as you can get. Well, we are going to head back to an item that we teased
you can say it, Jeff. It's okay.
An hour or 2 ago. It is a phenomenal offer on yet another grand. So the Sabacco series is kind of par on par with the other top-selling series in Invicta's brand or collection, and that is the Pro Diver. So Pro Diver and Sabacco neck and neck. In the Sabacco series, there are tons of watches. There's the Venom. There's the specialty Sabacco.
Tons of really cool engineered styles.
The 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. Of all of them, the number 3, the biggest and best, the most collected, the most worn. So this past year, Invicta decided to just kind of supersize it, right?
You know, that's what's really cool. For years, you guys have been asking us to make these core collections in larger styles.
Right.
You know, sometimes we come up, we just saw that really cool Sea Hunter. That's 70 millimeters all in with that locking crown guard. So what a lot of requests were, let's take those custom designs that are in the 47s and the 50s and make them bigger. So this always is that larger 50 millimeter case size, now 56 millimeters, plus including that crown, it's even bigger. So if you want an oversized watch, it's this, but it maintains the structural design of the Sub 3, which is by far one of the most recognizable subaquanomas ever built.
But we're going to talk about a complicated movement and dial, which means that what you're stepping into is beyond what you almost always see in a Sub 3. So not only is it larger, but you're getting a $1,300 collectible, rare size with a really cool movement. But the beauty is, because of this event, you're going to get a $1,300 piece home for $30,000. $33.33. And we always have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but I guarantee you on this strap, you're going to strap it on, you're going to wear it, say it's mine forever. Just a quick note, supercharged pricing. Supercharged pricing began in January when we broadcast live from the Invicta warehouse. It was all about warehouse clearance pricing. So when you see the word supercharged in front of a price, just know that this is as low as we can go. When they are gone, they are gone. We can never reproduce this kind of value on a $1,300 timepiece ever again. So take that $33.33 value pay, run away with this watch. You have 6 months to pay it off as you wear it. Interest-free monthly on, honestly, one of the coolest styles and coolest complications that Invicta offers.
Here's what I'm going to do first. A lot of times I like to take a tour of the watch, and we're going to get into that. I'm just going to throw it on my wrist just real quick. Because you want to see that size perspective. I have a 7-inch wrist just for size perspective, but look at that. That is Sub-Aqua Noma 3 at about 60 millimeters with that locking crown guard system. That still maintains that deep water resistance rating of over 1,600 feet. So that's everything you love about Sub-Aqua, just built on that grand scale right there today. The choice is basically black or blue, but you're ordering it by gold tone blue or gold tone black. Do you want to get them both? Maybe. Why not? Because are we going to continue with this? I'm not sure. The grand variation is something very limited. So let's talk about price real quick. This is the lowest price we have ever seen on any grand Sub 3 to date. And it's not just a plain movement on the inside. This is a Swiss-made Ronda StarTech Caliber 5040F. Now, the F stands for something extremely amazing. It's this master calendar that you get into. Now, it's highly complex, but very easy to use. But look at the layout, too. It's a work of art on how this has actually been done. But I'm going to show this to you real quick. Day of the week's read right here. You have your month right over there. And then this extra hand, look at this, is actually emanating. It's attached at the same center cannon pinion right there, pointing to the outer track. That's your date right there. And I was operating that chronograph before, so you have that fast runner down there at the 6 o'clock position. It's amazing what happens on the inside of this build. But then we look at the layout, okay? It's a movement. But now how do you convey all of those functions in a way that's artistic? That's what we've done here. The center structure is a work of art by itself, running all the way around the center portion of the style. Then you see these screws, and look at even the finishing techniques. Mirror polishing on the screws, brushing on the center portion, but you're noticing it doubles then as the suspension system holding all of these discs in place. This is a complete disc configuration that's been done, highly modifying everything on the inside for $199.99.
Well, and you think about
black.
All the things that could go wrong, right?
Blue.
The layers on top of layers on top of layers of components and complications that have to synergistically work together in order to pull off the beauty of this timepiece. And Invicta is really an expert at doing this at the most affordable prices. Other watch companies out there can build complications on this. They can build really cool dials like this, but not for the values. We do have an update. The blue label is gone. We are shortly going to announce the sellout of the Punisher, and I'm sure those diamond pieces are going to go quick. You have to keep in mind, this is our 8th day of broadcasting, day and night. Tomorrow is day 9. It is the end of our Back to Summer or Dive into Summer event. We're not going to be back diving into summer again for 1 full year. So all of the deals, no, not yet. All of the deals that we're making available for this event are off the table tomorrow night. Some are off the table tonight, like many of the once-onlys that we have on display for you, or the today's top values. So make sure that you're shopping swiftly. We're going to update you on quantities. This will be the last look on this one of the evening. Justin and I have about another 50 minutes together. Todd Newton is waiting in the wings. They've got a whole new group of watches to share with you as well.
Look at this.
Gold tone black, 180. Gold tone blue, I think about 150 available. And supercharged pricing. Look at the words under the price. Only valid for this event. So if you want to take advantage of the lowest price you will ever find on this watch, you got to do it tonight. And if you got a dad that loves gears and levers and springs and
all the fun
engineering,
it's all the fun
he
stuff.
will love this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So show it off to all his buddies.
Absolutely.
Mention your name, all the kids' names. My son gave this to me.
That's how you do it.
Roger gave this to me.
Roger.
Right? Well, this is one
Roger.
we will likely not get a chance to get to, but it is the one and only Marvel built today with the Sellita SW500 movement. When we brought this out to everybody, it sold out in so many of the executions. We were able to bring you a few more of the characters, but I think that, if I am not mistaken, let me give you some updates in terms of quantity.
The Tony Stark is
The
gone.
Tony Stark is gone.
Yeah.
In the Deadpool, only 3 dozen. In the Punisher, only 3 dozen.
Punisher, yeah.
And I think the only Selita SW500 that we've ever done at a lower price than this was the Batman that we brought out a few hours ago at $379. But beyond that,
similar.
I mean...
So the only Marvel, that was DC.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Lowest Marvel.
If you're looking for one of the lowest prices ever, there you go. All right, so we are going to share with you next a timepiece that you guys went completely bazonkers for in the first hour. So this is a very special watch. In fact, it was made and designed specifically for you, the Evine customer, and exclusive to you today. It was designed for the cruise, and every year that we go on the cruise in February, Invicta comes up with a series of watches for that cruise. Don't hold me to this, but I believe that all of the other Ocean Voyage timepieces are gone. They are sold out. I believe this is the final quantities of the Grand Diver execution in the Ocean Voyage, and at this whopping new value, this incredible new markdown.
That's accurate.
When they are gone, they're gone forever, because it's a number limited edition. And gentlemen, if you have your heart set on the 47 millimeter, update please.
Uh-oh.
I believe that we are down to only 5 dozen available.
Wow.
And as far as this entire night's concerned, this is the only hers matching watches that we have in the night, right?
Yeah, you know what's really important, and I want to mention this first. It is a matching style. The quality's the same.
Exactly.
Okay, at Invicta, there's other watch manufacturers for women's timepieces. They bring the quality down. They think you only want like a good-looking watch, something like that. Invicta's not like that. I mean, we have huge collectors that are both men and women, so the quality is there. It does not matter. In fact, guys, if you want to wear that 38 millimeters, you can too. There's still a lot of people. I get messages on my social media page quite a bit. They want us to produce more watches in that 38, 40 millimeter range for them. So if you want a classic size, it's that 38. I think the vast majority of women will probably select the 38, but really it doesn't matter. It's your choice. That's the beauty with watches. Here on the inside, you're going to see that beautiful upgrade, mechanical automatic movement, precision instrument on the inside. It's amazing. But then you also see Ocean Voyage on the back.
Yeah.
Very limited. We only do this one time a year. Okay, 1,000 pieces on the 38, 1,500 pieces on the 47. That is it, and it's numbered, so it can't be made again.
This is a full-on version of a Grand Diver. So classic Grand Divers rated to 300 meters water resistant. Check, you've got that. This one does, in fact, have for you, I believe, what are we looking at in terms of the crystal?
That's a mineral, so highly
mineral?
impact resistant. Now, we love to utilize this mineral a lot of times when we get into dive-style pieces, because you want that impact resistance, especially when you're under the water. And this is the perfect merger. Mirror polishing on the silver tone, deep, gorgeous ocean blue dial with the wave pattern.
Beautiful.
The way that this plays with the light is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you've got that sun ray with the waves, so when the light hits it, it looks like you're kind of on the ocean. Every time you look down at your wrist, you're going to think you're on vacation. It's going to remind you of that vacation. Maybe you're looking for the perfect gift for that destination wedding, for those people that are coming, and you want to have about a $100 gift. Oh my gosh, this is so perfect. You need the gift for mom and dad for their anniversary coming. This is so perfect. For the graduates, it's that under $100, and I'm so glad that AL said this. He had a daughter that just graduated this past week from high school. You know, when you think about doing a high school gift, this is a huge graduation time of year. Cash in a card is great, and it's incredibly thoughtful, but it's not necessarily always memorable, unless it's a heap of cash, right? Let's be honest. This, whomever you gift this to, will remember it forever. Whether it's dad on Dad's Day, the nephew, the niece, whoever you gift this to, this is going to be a rock star in their collection. And believe me, with this color, every day they're going to get compliments on it.
Oh, you know what? When we're talking about that ocean blue, this is really one of the biggest design aspects, again, of the Ocean Voyage series. So we do very select models with this treatment, with this dial, so you really know. I mean, if you're a collector, you know what you're getting into. Now, you don't have to be a collector to enjoy these timepieces. These are classic builds that will never go out of style. So if you're just looking for that one style to upgrade your wrist with, it's here.
Ta-da! So when the men's were down to the final 3 dozen.
Ooh.
Forever. Because it's a numbered limited edition,
that's
right?
part of history after that.
And the women's, we have a few more than that available. Think about all the gals in your life that you love to celebrate. You love to say, I love you. Maybe it's a nanny that helps you out in the summer with the kids, and you really, you know, outside of my immediate family, the people that have cared for my children over the years, the mentors, the teachers, those are the people that I treat the best. That is an amazing gift to give, to say thank you. Well, if you missed our last hour with A.L. Lalo,
Maybe
CEO
we can bring this back.
of
That's
Invicta Watch
amazing.
Group, we also made available the Sabacua number 3 in the Grand, just like we showed you, but in a Salida SW500. And by the way, that is about a $2,000 discount.
That's insane. Salida SW500 premium movement on the inside in that sub 3. That's the perfect merger of style.
Last hour, we also brought back the Transatlantic, but in 3 new color executions you had never seen before. Now, we introduced the first Transatlantics in this particular style. Was that November? I can't remember.
Think
October,
so.
November. Every single piece sold out to the piece at about double the price. Today, all new colors, $229.99. And again, Justin, there he goes, picking up the tab on shipping and handling again.
You just go ahead. You know, you're welcome. I mean, the engineering in something like this, that's 2 separate watches combined into one in a brand new system. It's beautiful how that works.
Well, I have not seen a Grand Octane all night long. It is our only one, and I think it's just about the only one in our entire inventory. We're letting out the door at 74% off today. A Reserve Grand Octane is a lot of watch. It's a lot of material. It's an incredible build. And when you decorate the dial with this quality of mother of pearl, it will become a masterpiece in your collection. At $199.99, brand new markdown, lowest price ever, only for this event. This event runs only through tomorrow, but with 80 of each available, I don't think it'll last. We have the gold tone mother of pearl, which I've only seen in one other timepiece all week long. It's like that South Sea golden mother of pearl look. It is. It's achieving just luscious.
A monochromatic look?
Yeah.
In mother of pearl.
I know.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once before in the last 9 days. The other is your summer white. So if you like your summer white, you like a little more contrast, you have that choice as well. But you're not going to have the choice for much longer.
Oh.
Because at $199 and on a value pay of $33, these are going to be gone.
I mean, this is extremely cool. So this is full version. So we were just talking about large pieces, right? I mean, this is one of the largest watches we've ever built. All in, you're like 63, 65 millimeters with that crown. So oversized, by all means, not just large, oversized build. This is reserve level quality. It's built to true professional dive specifications. And the movement on the inside, we don't see that often. It's quartz. So it's powered by a battery, controlled by an electronic module. What's that? Ease of use. Very, very precise. But check this out. Ronda 5050C on the inside, giving you some really cool things here on the dial. So it's the chronograph. You know, we were talking about that. You can track elapsed time. Check this out right here. You have your date right there at the 12 o'clock, or the day of the week, true big date complication. Down here at the 6 o'clock, highly more complex build that you're getting into. And I love that we're utilizing this caliber on this piece. It's a great dial size to really showcase the beauty of this movement, guys. Flame fusion crystal, which is very important. Now, this is that engineered material that's impact resistant, that's scratch resistant. When you get a surface that's this large, you gotta protect it with upgrades like this. Trittonite on there, so it'll glow very bright during low light situations. Let me throw this on my wrist real quick, guys. And we're gonna see how massive this is. And
it's massive, but I know you keep saying massive, and it is. But if you go to our website right now at evine.com, our customers have the ability, after they purchase something, to write reviews. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's all there, right? The great thing about this watch, even though it is massive, we're not going to lie to you about that, is that it, in virtually every single color execution, dial execution, movement execution, has received all and nothing but 5-star reviews. And to me, that speaks volumes. In 2 watches in particular, the Reserve Grand Octane, and then the Sea Hunter, which is a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker than this. So, number one, they're a little bit pricier watches because it's a lot more watch. Guess what? With our 5-star reviews, it meets your expectations. And if they weren't wearable, they would not be 5-star rated items. So the engineering that Invicta, the time, the effort that they take to engineer them. I mean, look at this. It looks like it's actually custom made for your wrist.
I mean, this is that piece. I mean, there's a lot of guys, they're looking for these over-engineered builds. I mean, it's heavy. It's a lot of premium steel. This is it. I mean, there's a lot of guys upgrading the wrist game with pieces like this. But you're gravitating towards Invicta because we maintain the, the architecture and the design from the smaller case sizes to the larger. It's not just this big hockey puck that doesn't fit on your wrist, but then all of the designs here. Unidirectional rotating bezel, coin edge texture, more of that gear style design. You get the really cool beveling running down the center link and the outer link. So we're maintaining, almost like when we were showing you that Grand Diver, porting that over just on a massive scale. So this is...
the dudes are going to be looking at all of that, like the gears and the technical and the metal.
Sure.
You know what I'm looking at the entire time you're saying all of those things? I'm looking at the colors popping from the mother of pearl.
Look at that.
So guys, if you want to wear a piece that she will notice, that your potential employer will notice on that interview. I mean, the colors, this is what's so rare about this. It's the quality of the materials, which a lot of the times is mother of pearl, that Invicta builds into their timepieces without charging you hundreds of dollars more. So it was just fascinating, because when you were talking about certain details, all I could think about was look at the greens and look at the blues and look at the purples and look at the colors popping out of that mother of pearl. The beauty of having an Invicta, because there are so many components, there's so many details, you're going to fall in love with your watch. Like every day you wear it, you're going to go, oh, I never noticed that. Oh, it's like getting a new watch every single day. But if you don't order this tonight, you're not going to be able to get this new watch home for $33. This is not a timepiece that we sell on a regular basis at all for under $200. Not with the gold tone plating, not with this quality of mother of pearl, certainly not with this movement. And if you're buying a bunch of stuff, maybe you got a lot of graduations, maybe you got, I don't know, maybe you got a check back from Uncle Sam and you're like, I'm ready to shop today. If you're spending more than $4.99 on any series of items that we've made available during this event, so any of the jewelry that I'm wearing, which is all Sonia Vuitton diamonds, the outfit that I'm wearing, anything that was available in this event, if you're over $4.99 in your shopping cart when you check out and you have the Evine credit card, you qualify for 12-month financing. That's sweet. So you have 12 months to pay your items off, and as long as you make those minimum monthly payments and pay your order off in full by the end of that year term, just like ValuePay, those payments are interest-free.
Like that.
Not bad at all. All right? So which is your favorite?
That's
you got
tough.
1 minute to shop. I think the most rare, because I've only seen it one other time in the last 9 days, and I've maybe seen 4 or 5 in 20 years. I've maybe seen 4 or 5 of golden mother of pearl that looks like golden South Sea pearl.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
a dial,
That
right?
would be the more rare pickup. So if you are, really looking to get something like that in your case, that would be that piece. White's very, very cool too. I mean, there's really not a bad choice here, guys. I mean, you're getting into that all gold tone variation of that massive Grand Diver. Looks like solid chunks of solid gold on this piece. That's how you do it.
That's a hunky watch.
Yeah.
I'm loving that. Uh-oh. Got another sellout.
Oh, we do?
I believe we do.
Okay.
This was the only octane of the night, wasn't it? In 4 hours. I don't think we have any others. Our once only is now gone. We warned you that was going to happen. It did sell out. So we lost the diamonds for the gals. There is, I think on our website, if you go right now to evine.com, type in reserve 46 millimeter Venom diamond, and I think there might be a couple left at a brand new discount price as well. We have 11 left. Is that it? 11 of our Punisher Sea Hunters. Now that's the largest watch in Invicta's brand, so that's a little bit larger, a little bit thicker than the Reserve Octane that we just offered, right?
Yeah.
And that's a numbered limited edition collectible at under $200 as well. So enjoy the ride. Well, last hour.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. With A.L. Aloe, we introduced 3 new colorways, 3 new color executions in the transatlantic. And I can't remember exactly, but I think it was last October or last November, Invicta redesigned completely the transatlantic. And we did an unveiling show, Justin and Ryan and I together. And we had 3 different item numbers with three or four completely different transatlantics. And they all sold out to the piece at double the price we're offering today.
It's because of how impressive this design is.
Well, A.L. wanted to do something special for all of you. He introduced these 3 new colors last hour. This is not going to stick. So this price drop is for this event. It will last until tomorrow. And on a $38.33 value pay, did you see what AL did last hour? He even picked up the tab on
Ooh,
shipping and handling.
Very nice.
Free.
Yeah.
So I want to go ahead and turn these around so we can show everybody how to order this, because you actually order this via the three-hand movement. And I want to make it straight away really clear as to which your choices are. So this is the Gold Tone. You order it via, because it's a dial that flips, right? It's a configuration that flips. So you order it via the color on the dial of the three-hand execution. So this is your Gold Tone. Just know that when you reverse it, your chronograph will be blue. Our pick, hands down. Is it fair to say our pick? Definitely my pick. Is the Gold Tone gunmetal with the gunmetal dial. And here's why. The chronograph with the brown.
Isn't that cool?
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Gorgeous. And then the other's pretty easy. We call it gunmetal. It's actually black ionic plated with gunmetal dial, so it's really more of a combat.
It is combat,
right?
Yeah, I would say that's combat for sure. I mean, how this has been done. I mean, basically, when we start talking about the transatlantic, it means something very special within the Invicta community, and that's really taking a concept to the next level. It's where we have two separate movements, two separate watches, and we're combining them into one. Now, previously, if you remember the original design, it actually it rotated very, very differently in the case. It almost kind of flipped just like this.
Was that a swisher?
Yeah, it had this really cool design and, kind of ball bearing system. What we've done is we've re-engineered. That is cool. Right? Looks like a time
don't put this away in your case. You leave this out on your bureau.
That's how you display it.
You leave it out on your curio cabinet, because that, my friends, that's a work of art. Right?
It's very cool. So we're really going back to the, to the drawing board, reimagining how a watch can operate when we're talking about the two separate movements. Keep in mind, even at $800, the Evine price, I think that's very conservative.
Very fair.
I mean, where have you ever seen a watch like this for sale anywhere near a price like this?
Right.
Okay, $229.99 is an absolute steal. If you want to upgrade your collection, if you want to upgrade your wrist game, this is how you do it today. So let's really start to describe this watch. We've really reimagined or re-engineered everything on this bill, and you're going to see something amazing happening as we're flipping this over. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. The three-hand variation, very clean, very easy to read. You even have, look at this, a unidirectional rotating bezel. These are details we have to point out before we flip this, okay? Unidirectional rotating bezel. No function pushers, right? Now if you pull, this is the locking mechanism. All you do is pull this out. You can then open up, which is basically the bezel system. That brings the whole device up. Then you can rotate that. Doesn't matter either way. Ball bearing system. And then when I click this back down, you just open that back up, locks in place. Now you have function pushers.
Wow.
On the other side, you didn't have function pushers. This now is that chronograph, okay? So with Invicta, we don't just come up with an idea, we execute the idea perfectly. We talk about attention to detail, invincible in detail. It is done throughout this piece.
Did you just see what popped up? If you're new with us and you open an Evine credit card and you're brand new, you get 20% off? Seriously?
I don't know.
Wow. I would be opening up that Evine credit card.
That's
and
how
on
you do
top of it, keep in mind, if you're buying a couple of these and a couple of other things, if you're at $4.99, you then get to spread the payments out over 12 months.
Yeah.
20% off if you're a new customer with a new Evine credit card.
Very nice.
That's sweet.
Isn't that cool?
Love that. Okay, this is drop dead gorgeous. It's the Gold Tone gunmetal. When you reverse it to the chronograph, it's the brown. I don't think we see enough brown dials from Invicta.
No, I mean, they're always
that
hot. Always a hot color
Right?
combo. But everything about this brand new bracelet design, everything on the case, this is all engineered perfectly. You can even do this while you're wearing the timepiece. That's what I just did. You pick this up, you rotate just like that. Check this out. And then it all locks back into place, guys, with that mechanism. How cool is that? That's that three-hand variation. Then this is, once again, two separate movements. I mean, you can set them to different time zones, the same time zone, just to get the three-hand versus the chronograph. This is about placing next generation thinking, next generation executions, next generation builds on your wrist. Look at this. It looks like a time machine. Like you would wear this and you could, time travel.
It's two watches
Results
for
may vary.
$229. And you know what I like about it?
Here's the combat.
You're interviewing for a job. You're midway through the interview. You're on a date. She leaves. to powder her nose, you flip it over. See if they notice.
Look at this.
Mess with them a little bit, right? Why not? We did that one night and nobody noticed. Every cell we switched seats and not one person knew that we did it. Do you remember that?
We did that?
Yeah. You don't even remember.
That's funny.
He does.
Are you
Must
sure
have been hour number 5.
Are you sure it was me? Was it me?
I'm positive it was you.
Oh.
You're such a nut. But what I like about this is
possible.
you've got 2 different looks. So let's say you're away on business, you're traveling, and you want a little bit of a different look. You've got the 3-hand, you've got the chronograph. You've got the gunmetal that reverses to brown. So the gunmetal's a little edgier, reverse that dial, it's a little bit more of that classic executive chronograph look. You get the gold tone, woo, that's the money, right? You reverse it, it's a little more casual. You've got the blue dial, the gunmetal, well, that's kind of the
That's a
same
cool shot.
feel, yeah, on each side. So basically, from left to right, it's how it flips. So on the left is your, you order at gold tone, it flips to the blue. Center is gunmetal.
Yep.
That's pretty easy. Or you get the gold tone gunmetal that flips to the brown. That price, enjoy it while it lasts. It will last only while quantity lasts or through next hour. So our today's top value is such a sweet opportunity because with many hundreds of dollars, so many that they have to be stretched out into the lugs, right? And with over 1 1/3 carats, you're getting into one of the masterpieces in Invicta's brand, and that's the Bolt Zeus. Today, this nearly $3,000 timepiece can be delivered to you on your major credit card at $165, and potentially if you're using the Evine credit card, because clearly this qualifies for the $499 12-month financing, you could potentially get this home for under $90 and have a year to wear it as you pay it off interest-free. Now, I believe, is the gold tone the most limited? We're calling it gold tone, but it is two-tone, and I think it is the most limited.
Okay.
But we're going to double-check with everybody. But this today's top value price, I think it activated earlier in the day, so I think that price will probably expire by midday tomorrow.
Diamonds all over this one. Diamonds all over. You want to get into a high-end diamond timepiece, it's about taking the diamonds and then spilling them off onto the case. So you're going to notice in the lug system, we have machined those sections out and then put diamonds. Look at this prong set, gorgeous white diamonds into the lugs in one of the most famous designs ever, which is the Bolt Zeus.
Yeah, I got to put this on. I just have to show this to you. I'm wearing Sonia Vuitton diamonds right now. If you missed Galerie des Bijoux earlier today, you can go to our website and look at the Galerie des Bijoux shows. Also, if you missed the shows and you want to visit with Sonia Vuitton, do you know that if you go to our program guide, go back in days, go back in hours to the show, you can rewatch the entire show?
Very nice.
I love being able
fun.
to do that because if I miss a show, I can go back and watch it. This with my Sonia Vuitton diamonds, it shows you just how good the diamonds are that Invicta uses. So a few more reminders. How long has it been since you've seen a Technomarine on the air? Forever, right?
It's been quite a while. I love Technomarine. My wife has tons of Technomarine
Does she?
style. She loves Technomarine. Of course, you know, S. Koifman as well. All of these brands under the Invicta watch group. But this is a big value today, $99. Really cool watch, built to true professional dive specs, by the way, and includes, we've never done anything like this before, a backpack.
A super cool backpack.
Yes.
A backpack that actually looks like a little bag. You open it up, it folds out into a backpack.
Super cool.
Pack your snacks for your kids. So I mentioned this throughout the course of the night tonight. We have 3 left. It is the most rare of any of the Sabaquanomas. It is the one that's very infrequently built, regardless of diamonds or not. It's a Sabaquanoma 2. This one, highest carat weight that I have seen for the entire event, almost 3.5 carats, and the diamonds are everywhere.
Well, on the sides of the
Everywhere,
case. Listen,
right?
this is the top of the top. Not just diamonds everywhere, including the sides of the watch. This is a mechanical automatic chronograph on the inside, and it's a numbered limited edition. And if you want to talk about automatic chronograph, it's the lowest price we've ever done on something like this.
Well, Al Allo kind of stole the show last hour.
Kind of fun when he's on.
It is, because magic happens with pricing. So what you're looking at is the largest. We talked about it earlier in the show.
It's the largest
It's the
version.
Grand Sub 3, right?
Yeah.
This Grand Sub 3, however, looks a little different on the dial. And there's a reason
and
for
the
that.
case back.
There is a Swiss Salida SW 500 movement. built inside the largest Sabacua Noma 3 ever. It should not be anywhere near under $400. It's really a gift from the CEO of Invicta Watch Group, A.L. Lalo. He busted out this price last hour. You're going to be stepping into one of the largest Sabacuas ever built with the Salida movement. Not just any Salida, a Salida SW500 for $66.67. It is on your wrist next week. The problem is this: super, super limited. Black, gold tone, or silver tone. Really easy to distinguish between the executions. You've got the gold tone with the black dial. You've got the black with the blue. And you've got the silver tone with the black as well.
You know what I love about these is we're going back, in my opinion anyway, it's back to very classic color combos from when this watch actually launched. So we're coming full circle as far as design goes with colors. We're upgrading, though, for the first time, that case size. And then the movement on the inside, I've said this before, I'll say with this piece, we're spoiled. You're spoiled, I'm spoiled. To be able to get this caliber of a watch on our wrist for $66 and change? Are you kidding me with this? I mean, this for collectors on the inside. Keep in mind, we talk about collectors quite a bit. Does that mean you need to be a collector? No. When we talk about this is what collectors like, this feature, and this feature, that means premium, right? I mean, you know what you're talking about. You know what you want to get into. So if you're new to Invicta, this is like the ultimate for you at a price that's just ridiculous. If this is your first Invicta timepiece, call us up. Call us up and let us know this, because that's an amazing way to start. $399.99 for a $2,400 build, and a lot of it's because of what's on the inside. Premium Swiss-made engineering on the inside. That's precision at its best. For a lot of people, that's the gold standard. That is on the inside. Previously, never thought we'd be at a price of $399.
You know, I love the fact that this particular Grand Sabacua, which is as large as it gets, is done in a silicone strap. Number one, it makes for much easier wear. It is much lighter in weight when you get to a significant size like this, and it's perfect for summer. I mean, let's face it, we're going to be outside, we're going to be picnicking, we're going to be running around with the kids, we're going to be in the pool, we're going to be on the boat, we're going to be fishing, we're going to be doing everything. This is going to make it incredibly, incredibly wearable. So this does have, I don't have my car on this, this does have the Flame Fusion, is that right?
This has a Flame Fusion crystal.
So this is one of the largest Flame Fusion crystals you can get, right?
It's, you know, listen, it's really cool. Now, you want to be utilizing that, and we were talking about this during one of our other presentations. When you have a huge surface area like this, it's very important to have this upgrade, which we're the only ones doing this with Flame Fusion. It's impact resistant. It is scratch resistant. That is protecting that gorgeous style. Now, you know, I was very excited for the movement, and we started breaking that down first. I mean, that's a 25 jewel. There's 25 jewel bearings on the inside. It runs at that 28,800 vibrations per hour. It's premium everything. But really, when we start talking about even the dial sophistication on this, guilloche-inspired texture in the sub-dials, the trim work on here, I mean, this is Invicta detail right here at its finest. We put the rich time in the dial work on this. Look at the depth and dimension on that. Nothing drawn on, nothing painted on. Building upon each section with all of the framing details on this build, it's amazing. It's amazing. And then when you start thinking about what's on the inside, it's not just a three-hand. All the additional modules running day-date complication. And keep in mind, this is all from a mainspring, okay, because it's a mechanical automatic build. Day-date complication, chronograph on this. It is the ultimate piece to get into. Then we maintain the structural integrity of Sabacua Noma 3. It is built to over 1,600 feet of water resistance. We're running out of time here very quickly. Let me get this on my wrist just real quick. This is how it looks. Check this out. Looks good, feels good, $66 and change. And you're into probably one of the most premium movements you have in your collection.
We've done some spectacular pricing on Salida movements today. If you are in love with, let's say, the DC Comic collection.
Silver tone.
We, 4 hours ago, I've lost track of time, offered you the best price ever on a Salida 500 in a Batman DC piece. So you can go back and look at that. We have that Marvel piece featuring the Salida SW500. We've offered a lot of pieces over the course of this event, and during this week, we have offered you the single most spectacular values. In fact, there's the DC Comics piece. If you missed it earlier, you're thinking about the Salida movement, $379. That will never happen again.
And it's really
for certain.
And it's really built on that Reserve Pro Diver platform.
Exactly.
On that Batman. I mean, there's a lot of quality in that design. If you don't like the character collections, I love them personally.
Yeah.
DC, Marvel, some of my Star Wars, some of my favorites. If you don't, and you still want to get into premium Swiss-made Solita SW500, here it is.
I really like that black. The black with the blue.
Yep.
We went through a period of time where that was a really hot trend, but it's been quite some time now since I've seen it. I love it. I think it's a little bit more of a casual look, whereas the gold tone is.
I'm gonna grab that gold real quick.
The gold
try
tone
that
is
on.
just
Look
incredible. So, what are your thoughts about a silicone strap? I know a lot of men who wear them with their suits, that wear them to work just because they like the comfort on a silicone strap.
It's comfortable, and keep in mind it's an upgraded material from the poly that we had many years ago. So it's a higher quality design, comfortable, flexible, reduces the weight. By the way, this is still a very heavy watch.
Yes.
Even with the strap.
I cannot wear it. Right.
Even with the strap, it has a lot of weight to it, guys. But yeah, extremely comfortable. Look at that gold tone; it's rich all day long.
Well, we have 20 minutes before Todd Newton hops on board with a whole new series of watches that you haven't seen all night long, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Kathy Norton's waiting in the wings to talk keto.
Keto.
So for those of you who maybe didn't quite get to that New Year's resolution and now you're like freaking out because it's your daughter's wedding or your high school reunion, we're going to get you in keto shape. Uh-oh.
It's gone.
We kind of sort of warned you that was going to happen. Our first 3 items of the hour all sold out.
I only ate 5 brownies today for lunch.
I would be so sick
Dinner,
if I
I ate
ate
some
5
cookies.
brownies. Oh my gosh. Oh, and there it is. Na 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 na.
It's my dessert buddy.
Okay, this. Mal, how many brownies did you have? Just one. Not believing that, but okay. Batman.
Yeah.
So who builds a Batman with the Solita SW500?
This is a great question that you just asked. No one is building anything like what you've seen tonight anywhere near a price like this. I mean, these are giveaway pieces. This is Batman at its finest, an automatic chronograph in the Pro Diver platform we were talking about. That is a numbered limited edition at $379.99.
I am out of my mind over that price. Well, we will not get a chance to get to this Pro Diver Legacy, but if you're truly looking for a classic style, something a little bit more diminutive than, let's say, the Sea Hunter or the Grand Octane, this is a great classic size. It's a 42 millimeter, which means the women can indulge and the men can indulge. But this is really cool because it's an automatic with an open heart. So you get to enjoy that movement through the dial and via the case back. $89.99.
You know, if we're
How did that happen? That's a brand new markdown.
These are the most giftable pieces right there. When you have that open heart complication showing all of the beautiful movement on the inside, those are some of the most impressive gifts.
Well, if you missed our first hour, we did a What's in the Box special, but we did it in an 8 slot.
Look at this. Let me open it up.
So the reason why we have the word mystery on the case is because you're going to get this. It's a $73 8-slot dive case. It's been customized by Invicta to hold 8 of your larger watches, but outside of that, it's a real dive case. That's a $73 value. Then someone decided to put this really super cool, what I call a summertime bolt. I love this for the active man because I love the silicone structure that holds this giant 5 millimeter cable onto the top of the watch. But this watch alone, this is a $369 timepiece. We're going to ship it to you in a $73 dive case for $20.
It's crazy math.
You crazy man. Okay.
What?
Rose tone, are there any left? I just remembered that a couple of hours ago we barely had any. We're going to double check that rose gold because it might be
Maybe
gone.
It's gone.
Oh, the computer, kick it. Just kick the computer.
Yeah.
2 dozen.
Give it the old Nintendo blow.
So if you want that, what that means.
He did it.
But if you want the,
you don't know what that means?
I don't. If you want the rose gold, 2 dozen.
Okay.
We have a few more each in the black and in the gold tone. The cable's so big on this, I think execution between the rose gold, the yellow gold, and the black, they look completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can get multiples of these. I mean, this is an amazing build. It's built to true professional dive specifications. Once again, it's going to be one of the more comfortable builds that you get into because of the silicone material that the watch has been built out of. Each dial will feature carbon fiber, so you have upgrades on the dial of the piece. But let's get into the engineering of this. I mean, when we start talking about Invicta engineering, this is a great example of that. In fact, it's very much form meets function on this design, where everything is done for a reason, but it's next generation cool. You have a two-piece design. Basically, think about it this way. You have two straps that become the suspension system holding both sides of the cable on here. Now, I see a merger of styles from many years ago. The original S1 Racer design.
That was the first watch I bought my husband.
I love
he
that
loves
piece.
It, yeah.
That design merged with maybe one of the older but newer generations of a Russian diver, Akula, where you had that cage design. Basically, the strap does not stop in the lug system where it typically does. It continues around both sides of the case and up above, becoming the suspension system on that cable. Automatic helium release valve on this piece. Keep in mind, it's still made out of the premium stainless steel. You just have this next generation way to keep the cable in place, which actually gives you some really cool impact resistance around the build.
For $119.99.
Yep, in a case.
Did you just hear all the features Justin rattled off for $119.99? You can't purchase a watch with these components and these features, and that's the big giant cable. That's like the 5mm cable that you see on the larger Thunderbolt. We're going to go to the phone lines very quickly before our What's in the Box special sells out and say hi to Laverne in California. Laverne, did you get some diamonds tonight?
Yes, I did. I actually role-played, and I told my husband that 663,995, a Victor Reserve 50mm boat suit, at the low price of $994.99 was a great value, and he decided to jump up and buy it.
So who is it for, Laverne?
It's actually for him because I wanted him to have it so badly, and he's been a collector for a while, but he kept saying, no, we're not going to do any more. And I said, no, you can't pass this up from 2000 at 1.31 carats. You can't pass that up. So he decided to go ahead and go for it.
Well, he's going to be turning heads there in California, Laverne. We are so thrilled. So we didn't have time to ask Laverne if it was a Father's Day gift or an anniversary gift or a birthday gift, but I think you've got it all covered, Laverne. I think that covers all the holidays for the year.
You're good for a while, Laverne.
You're good.
Enjoy.
You're totally good,
absolutely.
right?
It's
That's
a beautiful watch.
Piece. If you would like this bolt in the 8-slot dive case, do stay on the phone lines and make sure you check out of your shopping cart, particularly if you want that rose gold, because it is just about gone. Should we cause some chaos?
Let's do it.
We're going to cause chaos in two ways. One is we've got the chaos in front of us. The other chaos is, I don't know, he's around here somewhere. Where is he?
How dare you?
Dude, where are you?
How dare you?
Hey, Todd.
I'm sitting poolside. Chaos. Come on. Hey, coming up at the top of the hour, please do stick around. We've got another 60 minutes of Invicta live from the pavilion here. And I got to tell you, today's top value that we're going to be launching tonight is something for the ages. I'm going to give you the price first, and I'm going to tell you everything you're getting with the S1 Rally. $59.99. 3 color executions, one already very limited over at evine.com. But for $59.99, not only do you get your 45mm S1 Rally, but it arrives, just like Kendy and Justin were telling you with some of the other pieces tonight, in your 3-slot mystery dive case valued at over $43. It's a big, big deal for you, and it's coming up at the top of the hour. Chaos.
How's that happening? Who's paying for that? $59.99 in a dive case?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Todd's paying for it.
It's going down. It's going down next hour, though. That's for sure. This is so amazing. I'll never forget. It was like 3 weeks ago when the buyer Dustin with the D, not Justin with the J, but Dustin with the D, told us that the Diamond Chaos was coming, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to so sell out. And it did. Like in one airing 3 weeks ago on a power play. By the way, we are with you every Sunday night in Minnesota, live broadcast, typically 8 p.m. Eastern. Every Sunday night we have our power play show. Usually Ryan Johnson is here as well, but he has an event tonight, so he couldn't join us.
Were we on YouTube tonight?
We may have been. So I'm sorry we didn't have anyone chatting, but Ryan is off doing some other Invicta duties. But we will be back for you next Sunday, as we are every Sunday. Oh, we won't be back next Sunday, because next Sunday, you know where we're going to be next Sunday? In Vegas, baby. We have a live broadcast from Las Vegas from the largest finished jewelry show in the world, the JCK show. We begin the broadcast Saturday night, all day Sunday, so there is no Power Play Sunday. You've got Sunday off.
Okay.
And then all day Monday. And we've never done a full 2-day and an evening event before. Amazing pieces coming up.
Very nice.
And very specific gems. In fact, if you rarely get to see that rare gem alexandrite, there's a full hour of alexandrite.
You know what they say about Vegas? It's fun.
They say a lot of things about Vegas, but they do have the #1 biggest gem show, and so we're there every year celebrating it. But the Sunday after that, we'll be back with Power Play.
Absolutely.
Long story short, this sold out 3 weeks ago, bada boom, bada boom, but we didn't have financing available. Today,
good point. Yeah.
This event is the first time you've had an opportunity to get this 1.65 carat, so we're talking almost 400 diamonds.
It's a lot.
In a chaos, home, potentially, if you use the Evine credit card, $100 a month for 12 months. That's not bad.
Ooh, that's how you do it. I mean, these are the most popular styles. We talk about high carat diamond pieces, but in the rare builds, and we did it right. Sometimes, you know, we utilize the NH calibers. This is a Swiss-made Sleet SW200 on the inside, so we're talking premium from the inside to the outside.
So the two-tone, you order gold tone, even though it's two tones. And in that execution, I believe we're down to either only 2 or 3 dozen. I haven't been able to keep track because pieces are selling out, out faster than we can even keep track. We do have a few more dozen available in the gold tone execution. And if you're looking at this and you're saying, wow, I love that look, I love that build. Oh, and about 2 dozen in the gold tone, by the way. The bracelet's very cool on this. Maybe you're not into diamonds, or maybe this is beyond your budget. On our website at evine.com, we do have a chaos with the purple pins. Do you remember that?
Yep.
That we brought out at a new price.
Very limited, though.
Super affordable a few hours ago. So just go to our website and check it out. But the one thing I want to talk about is the quality of the diamonds. Because as you peer down on this dial and you see the light cascade over those sparkling, sparkling diamonds, you'll notice no black holes. What a black hole would represent is one diamond that was off, and it would be glaringly obvious. So you have to consider there are almost 400 diamonds that are sorted, matched, right, and then individually hand set to be a perfect dial of pave. And as you look into this dial and see the light hits it, it's perfectly set pave.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I mean, and it's the perfect combination of design and diamonds. You know, what we're doing at Invicta, you're not seeing really. Typically, when you get into diamonds, it's a very plain watch. Very plain, round case design. This is still one of those famous designs that we've just brought back, right? So for a lot of people, this is probably a new style.
Yeah.
But it actually goes back many, many years under what was called our Imperious line. Now, we've been porting them over, and some pieces you probably remember if you started joining us. You know, the Man of War design. We've done some amazing things with that. X-Wing design, that all started under the same line. Now bringing this back under our reserve line, and you can see why. That is a gorgeous, sophisticated bracelet build. I love the case design. I love the bezel. Is that aggressive gear style design. Everything is built to a high degree of structural integrity. In fact, you're still getting a watch that is engineered to be a true dive instrument. So if you want to go in the water, absolutely you can do that here, not a problem. Just make sure the crown is screwed down. But now for the first and only time that we've done this, dressing up the dial completely with diamonds on this piece. And then, yeah, the inside, I get it. You know, a lot of collectors would really want this style of movement because you got the premium diamond execution. So we've done that right off the bat here, guys. That is a 26 jewel masterpiece powering this watch right here. Now, very limited on the gold tone.
20.
Here's why the gold
left.
tone's going to be leaving us very quickly. A lot of times when you start to get that contrast on the bracelet, this is what you guys want to see, because then you can really see those pins. So it's all done in silver tone except for these massive pins that are running through that bracelet. Even the buckle you're going to notice is done in the gold tone on this, but you can really see the design on this build. Plus it separates then what kind of breaks up the line from the case to the bezel, so that's done in the gold tone. Massive screws here in the lug system. and that crown once again. The gold tone now spills out onto the dial of this piece. This is the best of the best right here. Reserve level quality, taking art, design, engineering, pushing it to the edge. And now for the first time, dressing that special piece up, historic piece, with just shy of 400 diamonds.
That looks like $1 million. If you want the two-tone, about a dozen remain, and no guarantee that we'll get this back in stock anytime soon. And if you do use the Evine credit card on this, guys, you have 12-month financing. We're going to quickly run off to the phone lines, take one more phone call, this time from Michael in Illinois, who I think is going to be enjoying a new Technomarine. Good evening, Michael.
Nice.
Right. Hello?
How are you, sir?
Hello? Oh, real good. How are you?
Hello?
Hello?
Terrific. There's a delay, Michael, so why don't you tell us what you purchased and if you're a collector?
Yeah. Okay, I'm a small collector. I only have about 8 watches, but I got the Technomarine. I got it in the gold tone, a black dial, black strap, and then I got an Aquarius the week before. I've got about 8 now, but what I'm saying is you got the best watches in the world at every price point. So the watches that you pay for, say $140 or $100 in Invicta, are really $300 watches, and you go get a $100 watch in an apartment store, you get not much of anything. So thank you for offering these watches.
Michael,
Thank you,
enjoy
Michael.
your new Technomarine. We so appreciate your phone call and say hi very much. He was definitely from Chicago.
You know,
Did you hear that accent?
Exactly. You know, and I love what he said. That's absolutely.
Somebody didn't hit the button.
Producer Joel, I don't think Michael's on hold. I think you hung up on him. Michael.
Sorry, Michael.
Thank you, Michael, for the call. I thought you were already on hold. That's why I started talking. But, you know, what you said was amazing, and that's true. You know, I talk about this all the time. We go to retail. We look at, you know, these watches at the mall, things like that. Lots of stuff around $100, but it does not compare in quality that you receive with Invicta.
So if you want these diamonds in the chaos at this price, which is the best price, with the financing, in the gold tone, almost sold out. So make sure you check out of your shopping carts. If you have something in your shopping cart and you're in the ordering process, you look good in that.
Wonder who could, someone authorized. Jeff, can I have this? Yeah? Sweet.
That's not going to happen.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's not going to happen. So I'm going to invite you to stay tuned. There's a big night here happening at the Pavilion. Todd Newton is up next. I can't believe he's got this incredible watch in a dive case coming up for $59.
Yeah.
And then Kathy Norton's in the house. They're going to be talking about keto. This is a brand new markdown on a Reserve Grand Octane. So all of these pieces are not in Todd's show, so make sure you check out of your shopping carts. There is the piece that, what was her name? She bought it for her husband.
Oh, shoot. We just had the call.
We just talked to her. I can't remember. I'm too tired.
Bueller.
But this Boltus in the diamond, today's top value, that price is only good till about midday tomorrow. And then, well, we've never, and we may never again, offer any watch featuring a Sellita SW500 at a price of $379.99. And it's a Batman by DC Comics and Invicta.
You said something else. You said bad.
Batman.
No, but
Batman. Before. It's bad. Here's the Technomarine that Michael in Chicago just got. 10 different color executions. You order it first via the case, the dial, and the strap. So, for example, on the left, it's Silvertone, white. And then Silvertone, blue. Go online to evine.com. It's the best way to choose it. But this is a dive watch. This is a Technomarine 200-meter water-resistant dive watch, and it comes with a super cool backpack for $100.
Love that piece.
Not bad at all.
Nice.
And then one of the picks of the show, it is one of 2 Grand Sabacqua 3s. Now, this is the one with the master calendar complication. Don't forget, we also had a different one with the Sellita SW500. So there are 2 different ones, both the same color executions. And you can find those online at evine.com. Here's the other one. Now, here's the Sellita piece.
Yep. Big night for sub $3,000.
Right? 6667, and you're living in a Sellita SW500 in the biggest sub 3 ever built.
You got it.
That's typically not going to be a very affordable proposition. Tonight it is. And 3 new colors in the transatlantic. My pick. And these are kind of turned to the wrong side. You order it via the color of the 3-hand movement. So on the right, it looks like a brown dial. You order that gold tone gray or gold tone gunmetal. On the left, gold tone in the center. That's simply combat, which is the gunmetal. We are going to be joining you again tomorrow night. The grand finale is tomorrow night. Yes, we have saved surprises for you. We will be posting on our Instagram accounts Kendy TV host, and Bing Zimmer, all of the great surprises. So I hope you can join us, but I also hope you can stay tuned. Get a cup of coffee brewing because they're just getting it heated up here in the Invicta Marine Pavilion. Todd Newton is up with Invicta next, and then Keto. See you.